party already?
Hey, welcome to another milepost here in the V-Twin Life. V-Twin Life is brought to you by a few great companies. One being Crash Inc. Clothing. You can find them out of Oregon. Great company, specialized in clothes, doing work on bikes now. You can check them out at crashinclothing.com. They got a lot of great stuff. Hey, head on over there. Maybe they got something you like. And we can't forget Wild Ass. You like pounding miles, you like riding, you want to be in comfort? Hey, maybe strap a Wild Ass under your ass and ride with an air cushion and be comfortable for hours. And can't forget Custom Dynamics, leading the industry in lighting LED technology. Man, these guys got some great stuff. So head on over to Custom Dynamics and check it out. Now, let's get to another milepost of the V-Twin Life. What is going on, everybody? Thought we'd do something a little different. Switch things up a little bit. Talk about some new Shikaka stuff and have a good time. So what's up, Bri?
Nothing.
Okay, all right. Yeah.
Just, I don't know.
Just hanging out?
Yeah, just bad enough better to do, so I figured I'd show up.
That's right. I mean, it's Friday night.
Let me try to ask again. I'm ready. I'm doing hold on.
Okay. What's up, Bri?
Yo, what's going on, D Woods? Yo. Checking out the CVOs and shit, yo.
Nice.
Oh, that's Nomad Matt's in the house.
You got Slim Jim, Moto Noggin, Nomad Matt, Kelpfire, HD Traveler, Robert Veering, Ray's Moto Life. Bunch of people tuning in. So what's up? What everybody kind of think? What's the
cheapest one? You ready?
Have y'all seen the new Indy Ridge Mohawk? These things are great. I don't know if you guys have got a chance to check these out. They're new. You can go to Amazon, check out Indy Ridge store.
That's right.
That's a classic. I had to bring that back.
Oh, Amy's here too. Look at that.
What's up, chicken mama? How you doing?
Hey, Bri, where's that box?
It's right here. I thought we'd give it a little bit. Then we'll open it.
Oh, okay, sure.
I thought we'd build hype. Right?
Okay, we can.
Right.
So, guys, what have thumbs up, thumbs down of what'd you think about the video, the release of the CVOs? Let's get the side chat going. Nick, what's up, buddy? Oh shit! Look at that.
How about doing an unboxing video? Maybe on a live hashtag. Do it.
Right. You've only been sitting on that thing for what, a month?
Nah, it hasn't been that long.
My story.
That's fine. Now is Slim Jim's not Springer Mike, right?
No, Springer Mike is Springer Mike.
Oh, I kind of figured that, but sometimes I get really confused with my peanut brain. When you say it like that, I feel really stupid.
No,
Quietly. Okay.
Yes.
What are we talking about? Has anything big in the Harley world happened this week?
I think they put out a little teaser video thing, talking about something, some re-engineering, something new. The Grand American Touring CVOs.
Because Grand American Touring has built Harley Davidson.
And they're going to bring it back. Going to bring back the name.
They're bringing back big booties.
I don't know. They are fucking sharp.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've always been a fan of them. The CVOs have been nice. I like them. They've always, been something really nice. But these new ones, I can honestly say, I want one.
And that's fair. I guess my thing, though, is if you look at the CVO, is it really... Do you think that that's what's going to be, or do you think they're going to carry a different brand in? So they'd have... I don't know, they have to, right? Same body style is going to have to happen, like the tank and stuff. So I don't know. It's a lot of money for a motorcycle. It's gorgeous.
Yeah, that's the other thing. It is a one hellaciously hefty price tag.
I just want to know that I just want to replace my dash with the new one. That new dash is super dope. Yeah, but the only problem that I have with that, there he is.
Yeah.
Springer Mike sends me some really rude messages on Instagram.
What are you talking about? He's a stand-up guy.
He might be, but he said every time I call, you hang up on him to talk to me, and he's very sensitive to that. He's very sensitive.
I didn't tell him that day I had to hang up because Jason called, so
Well, Jason was probably calling because the Amazon guy was there for the third time.
In an hour.
No, I mean, I think that if they were to bring, let's see, if they were to bring that back to like a standard with that same look, I'd buy one. Well, I'd buy a limited, but I like it. I like it a lot. I think they put it out of the park.
Yeah, especially I like their idea, especially with the road glide with the wraparound lighting with the headlight. Kind of get a little bit more of the side. I think it's, I don't know if you're riding. I like it. I think if you're riding at night, the more you can have, the more lighting you can have at night. I mean, the safer you're going to be. But we'll just have to see actually, it'd be nice to get behind one and actually see how much lighting you're getting from that. I mean, they can say what they want.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that I still don't think lighting is going to, well, I don't know. Could be. I think it's an awesome bike. I'm looking forward to seeing it. There were a lot of things about that video I really liked. There were a lot of things about that video because the more I watch it and the more I kind of watch then Robert and John's video, I'm like, huh, there's things I haven't thought of.
Yeah, and the new 121.
So here's what I think they should rename it: the Gen X Glide. Because if you look at that bike and you look at the two people that they had in that video, that's the Gen X bike. That was the death of the Boomer Glide. I'm telling you, it's over.
Got a point.
It's a bunch of people in nursing homes crying that they're never going to buy Harleys again because we've killed them. Gen X has arrived. It only took us, 51 years. We're here. And we're here. We're not going to be here for long because then the millennials replace us, but we're here.
But it's there. Yeah, I want to see one in person. I can't wait till they start hitting dealerships and get out there and actually look at one.
My only thought that I didn't like is I don't like that it's no longer, I mean, it's still kind of ugly in the sense of like, it's not, I don't know, that headlight's kind of weird, but I always liked the dual headlights of the Road Glide. It's the thing that I always liked because before Rushmore, it was the ugly duckling, and I loved it. Loved every second of it.
Yeah, got a point.
Smitty's in. Smitty would buy a Boomer Glide. Oh, sorry, it'd be a Gen X Glide. Gen X? Would it be a Gen X? That'd be something. I'm sorry, I did not mean to interrupt.
Yeah.
What were you saying?
I don't know. I lost it. It'll come back.
Okay.
I got Red Bull for that.
All right.
But yeah, the infotainment centers actually look pretty impressive. And if it actually will work with, like they were saying, with heavier gloves, you don't just got to have, your naked fingers or buying special gloves that will actually work with a touchscreen.
Yeah, I think they put it out of the park. There was a lot of really good stuff in that video. I did find it weird though that they went to smaller bags. And if you really watch that video, they're Chromeworks pipes, because Chromeworks makes the CVO pipes, or at least they did at certain versions of it. And I believe they're the same exact pipes I have as far as the color.
I like the styling of how they did the new bags. I think they are impressive looking, and I like it since I think it was smart, the new that 121 that they also. I mean, when you're up in the horsepower, you're putting, a bigger power plant in it. They did upgrade the brakes too, which I think is smart.
Do people use brakes? I don't go fast enough to use my brakes.
Yeah, sometimes.
I don't know. What's everybody's side chat think? Like, what are your thoughts on this? I mean, do you think that they did something good? Because then everybody's bitching about, this person puts out a video and they're complaining about this or that person, but I think they did well. I will say, though, I feel like there's a start of a joke when you look at that bike. It's like an Indian, a Harley, a Honda, and a Victory walked into a bar. And then they sort of had some sort of sick motorcycle orgy, and that was what it reproduced.
That's okay. A little sick and twisted, but
is it, you know me. I mean, no, but seriously,
I think the nose of the Road Glide has a bit of the Challenger look styling in a way to it. But
I would like to see one side by side with like a Challenger or Pursuit. I'd really like to see what the difference is, because to me they took away the iconic, but the dimension of the tank, the way the tank's not smooth. I really do like the way that they did it. They did a good job. But like you said, I mean, it's kind of cool that they did that. But what are we going to see? Like what are you and I going to be able to buy?
Not that one.
Well,
unless I can hit the lotto.
Yeah. Well, luckily for you though, you're hiding all that money from Amy, and she won't.
You wish. But no, actually, Mike, that's probably a good idea. I mean, the performance bagger scene has really grown. I mean, with the King of the Baggers Racing, they did kind of take some inspirations, they said, from the performance bagger line and the race bikes, and try to bring it into the customer service.
So how pissed off do you think the guy is that bought the 120th anniversary Road Glide, then that shows up the same year? I'd be pissed. That's
yeah.
I think it's good. It gives me hope. Like I said, and I mean that with all kidding aside, man. It was like Gen X showed up to the party because and think about it, right? Robert Simmons is, I want to say he's 50, 51, 52. Hopefully he's not watching and I'm wrong and he tries to kill me. I think John's in that same bracket. You know what I mean? I'm in that same bracket. I mean, that's the market they're going for. I think they hit it out of the park.
Well, now let's wait to see if they bring some of that styling cues and some of the pieces of that too. Say the limited model, the special. They're going to try to bring some of that down the line also. Pieces of it, inspirations.
Can I do this? I've been down.
Oh yeah, go for it.
What do you call a Road Glide Limited?
What's that?
That was cute.
Yeah. Nice, bro. Very nice.
Frankie's got a standard. And I'll tell you what, that's a really sweet bike. You can get in, you can build it out.
It's a smart move for somebody that wants to, go all basically build their own. Why spend all the money on a special or a limited when you're going to change everything? Why not go with the standard?
So what's a CVO? What was the CVO with the best paint? Somebody in the side chat, 48, I think it was 47, 48.
No, what I saw was like 55 for the 22.
Hold on, maybe I'm wrong. Hold on a second. I thought, because I was trying to decide, I was trying to do the back of the napkin math as to what you could do with that extra money, right? Because if you bought a limited, what could you do with that extra money to make it unique and to make it your own? Because at the end of the day, you're going to pull up next to somebody with a CVO. It's just going to happen. Would it be better to pull up, with your customized bike, or do you want to look like the guy who has the other bike? I don't know. I still think building it out yourself is more fun. And that doesn't mean you have to build it from the ground up. You could parts it, but I still think that's.
Oh yeah, I believe they are, Mike. I'm pretty sure.
So the CVO Road Glide is $42.99 in amber. And it is, wait, hold on. Something's wrong with the pricing. Oh shit. So the standard is, let's call it 43, the gray one. When you go up to Whiskey Neat, which I love the name, by the way.
Yeah.
You're talking 49. Ow.
So they're going to charge you like $7,000 for the paint job.
Yeah. That's a little much.
It's still beautiful though. I do like that color, everything, that they put into it. Cause I mean, it's actually like 4 colors. And you look at the base and
I really like the bars. I thought the handlebars made the bike stand out because it's, the first thing everybody does. I like the air cleaner. The mirrors are cool, but the mirrors are catalog gear mirrors. They've been out before. The wheels are the same. The wheels are awesome though.
Yeah.
I really did like what they did with the rear end of the bike with the with having the
taillights,
amber and the red in there. I thought that was cool. I thought it was a little, well, I don't know. I guess it's really not that weird because if it's a special, essentially, then it's got smaller bags. You're probably not torn on it anyway.
Okay, so what do you think about the bat wing, or what they changed with the Street Glide, getting the eagle look at night going down the road?
I have not looked at that. Of all the, sorry, Robert, I don't like your bike. No, I didn't I don't know. I had a run in with an ultra a couple weeks ago. It was weird. Although, yeah, the front. Hang on a second. Can I share my screen?
Yeah.
Let's see how I do this.
Somehow you know how to do that stuff. I'm not that tech savvy.
Well, I mean, you give me a whole lot of credit there, Bubba. Hold on a second. Oh, what am I doing here? I'm trying
Yeah,
to
the new Batwing, that thing, it looks cool. I like how they put the lights going up, and they comment it looks like an eagle, coming down the road at nighttime with the way the lights are.
I can't get to work while I got open. I like it. I don't know. I'm just not the only thing that I don't like, now I'm looking at it more, I don't like the fact that the infotainment center on the Street Glide looks as big as it does. It looks ridiculous. It looks absolutely ridiculous.
Oh, Phoenix, you funny fucker, you.
Oh, jeez. I think Phoenix was telling me he's actually looking at buying the new Rogue Glide because, it comes time in your life when you want to finally be a man.
Yeah, you just want to get over that Shark Nation.
Yeah, I mean, we'll accept you, Phoenix. We don't. because technically, Smitty's in Shark Nation. It's not, it's like Uncle Shark. You only see him on the holidays, but you still got a shark.
Oh, that was good.
48. What was that? 48. But it's going to be more. Yeah, I mean, there's a couple OEM dealers out in out like towards Central PA. But again, how many are they going to actually get in?
Your bigger ones that are gonna that move more bikes. You might be able to get a better deal with they're moving a lot of them, but probably some of your smaller dealers, you're probably not going to get much of a break. It's going to be a nice surcharge.
I don't know. I mean, I don't think there's a way that they can keep multiple lines of the bike. So this is going to have to come to the rest of the line. And if it does, I think you'd be stupid to spend the money for the CVO. That's just my opinion. I don't see the value in it, but that's me.
Yeah.
I mean, you got sport mode. So essentially this is like a sports duress that, hit puberty. Oh shit. DDK's in the house. Did you see his bike? Did you see what he did to it?
I think so. I think I seen it on the gram.
It's on the grams, yo. He Ad Van Black the hell out of that thing. He's got he's got strapped bags and wraparound fenders, and it's pretty freaking good. I heard he's
pimping.
Yeah, I heard he's going to get a 30-inch front wheel. It's probably not going to happen, but that's the rumor I'm starting. So
that's a rumor you're sure. No, he's smarter than that. He's not going to do that shit.
He might. You don't know.
No.
I mean, I don't know. Phoenix is out there being a hooligan. He's got loud pipes. He's got the banana glide. I mean, he's rocking. He's not afraid.
He's making a statement.
He is, and I like that. I just want to say too, I'm a little disappointed. I showed up at the Baggers and Brewers ride fully prepared. If I died drag racing Noggin, I was going to die. He didn't show up to race. He didn't want to. Damn. I mean, he showed up.
It's on back order.
But now he's an Uber, and he's like, well, I got to give out stickers and shake some babies and kiss some hands. I don't know, something like that.
Yeah.
What's back ordered? Your wheel? A 30 in a turbo. Yes. Do it.
Fuck yeah. The turbo.
To me, what I saw was this is kind of like because I got to jump the shark because I'm a nerd. This is like the Apple headset, right? You're like, this is really cool. How much is it? $5,000, $4,000, whatever they're trying to sell it for. But sooner or later, there's going to be a cheap version of it. I think that's, I think they're onto something. I really do. I think they came out with something really well. And I got to see the whole crew the other week. That was kind of nice. Got to hang out with Nomad Matt. I got to hang out with Mr. Noggin. Noggin's the life of the party. A lot of people don't realize. I get to see Kel. I get to meet Kel for the first time. It was a wonderful experience.
Nice.
Yeah. And they say you can't meet your heroes. Come on. Kelt and Noggin were great people. Really good people.
Sounds like it was a lot of fun, though.
It was. I mean, minus the guy that crashed his bike, and then the police that thought we were pagans. But shit happens. I mean, when they think you're pagans and I'm wearing a Dunkin' Donuts shirt, it was a little weird. It's okay.
Yeah.
We'll make it work.
Well, you do look like that. That the outlaw type.
I do.
You fit that stereotype.
You get a couple beers in me, I would send a harshly worded email. I mean, you wouldn't want that out email. We talk more about this nav. I don't even care what the rest of the bike looks like. Oh my god,
the digital touchscreen, the whole thing. I mean, all digital. That is kind of nice. It's stylish. I mean, getting with the times.
Well, yeah. What I really liked about it too is that when you change ride modes, it changes the position of the gauges, which I thought was really cool. And Robert said this, and I thought it was really hilariously funny.
Oh, Jesus.
No, please.
Noggin, you crack me up. Jeepers, kid.
Simmer down there, Noggin. Simmer down.
Yeah. Someday you'll grow up a little bit and you'll move beyond the Sportster, and Beggars and Brews will bring you into the family and give you hugs.
Bob Veering bought a Road Glide too. He showed up with a brand new Road Glide at the Beggars and Brews ride.
Nice.
He was kicking puppies the whole way over too. He was like, "I'm a badass now, bitches."
Okay, open that fucking box, asshole.
All right, call me an asshole, Jesus. What? Oh, hold on. I gotta open my box. Let's see. You might want to stand back in case this thing blows up. You make one too many Seattle jokes, right? All right. I am so disturbed. All right. So if this is the last, I'm going to put my address right there. It'd be like a droop move. How about, I don't. Yeah, well, the sticker's nice. I like the sticker. The sticker was cool.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
All right.
I taped the hell out of that.
Venus, if this is how it ends, make sure Kelk gets my bike. That's all I'm saying. Shit, what's this? Oh, dude. Check it out. That's a Dixon. Nice. Let's change my hat right now. Hold on. Gotta change my hat. Oh, yeah. Oh, now I look like Danny Dixon. Did you notice that? I look thuggy.
Oh, totally.
Fuck yeah. What else we? Oh, I'm afraid to see what this is. Oh, I sure hope this shows up on camera. Oh shit! So I got Starbucks cocoa, but no. This is it's got coffee packs in it too. Look at that, nice. So not only this is look at this, man. Oh shit! There's all kinds of stuff in here. Mile Monster stickers. Oh, this is badass. Oh, you have business cards? Look at that. That's fancy. We got Pike's Place roast. All right.
It's time to expand beyond Dunkin' Donuts, Brian.
Motorcycles. Dude, this is cool.
Hey, and those reflect light too. At nighttime, those stickers that Frank made, those are reflective. But
Really?
Did you look at the cup?
I will cherish this forever. I don't know if this is going to show up.
Not very well, but you know.
It says not from Seattle. Hashtag not from Seattle. Oh, that's epic. Oh, this is great. Don't be jelly. Don't be hating. Don't be hating. Here, you want some Starbucks? You want a Mocha Loca? Denver, you're too much. Thank you, buddy. That was awesome.
Oh yeah, after that little joke and when Jason's little picture he sent, and yeah,
look at that. Nice. Well, thank you. I do appreciate that. I didn't know you had business cards, man. That's
yeah, we just got those done a little bit ago.
Wow. These are oh shit. I don't know if you guys can see. There's nothing in person. You guys can see the back of those. Those are pretty badass.
Yeah, it doesn't want to focus. Oh, there it goes.
Focus. Oh, that's really cool. For the people that don't know, can you tell them what you're doing? Because I know a lot of people may or may not know. It's a great cause.
No, well, actually, yeah. Right now, I do a lot of stuff. Enjoy riding. So when I, got in with Mile Monsters, and it was a lot of fun to be able to do something I enjoy, but doing it for a greater cause. So I got into riding for Mile Monsters, and I really enjoy it. So right now, we're in the middle of the Monster 100. Started May 4th, ends August 11th in Sturgis. 2 riders per calendar day, each rider riding 1,000 miles. So as of yesterday, were we 36 days in with over 72,000 miles ridden, and we've raised over $90,000. With the purpose of the ride is we are buying Drew Gunther, one of our heroes. I think Drew's 12, with a brand new hero hauler. So we're getting him a brand new wheelchair van with all the accessories, everything that's in it. And that will be given to them at Sturgis, all fully paid for. They have nothing to worry about, no loan, no nothing. This is all being paid for by all the donations that all the riders are collecting. The goal is every rider to raise $1,000. And so I think I'm around $600 so far. I got to start pushing a little bit more, but I got a few different maps routed out for my ride. I will take off Saturday morning from here in Port Angeles, and depending on weather, around the Northwest, I got a route to Montana. I have one down through Idaho to Oregon, down Oregon, a bunch of different ways. I think the shortest one I've looked at was like 1,050. The longest was, I think, 1,323. But yeah, I'll take off Saturday and go to my Monster 100 ride. And then, of course, in August, I have Monsters Over Mountains. But no, it's a lot of fun. I mean, if anybody, if you want to donate your Mocha money, $5, every dollar helps. The fundraiser is pinned at the top of the V-Twin Live Facebook page for the Monster 100. We're using the donation site Give Butter because there's a main page for it, and then every rider can make their own page under that. So it keeps tally of what each rider has raised, plus then shows you the grand tally of the whole lump sum. So it's pretty cool what Ride has built, and the growth of how it has caught on with so many people within the motorcycle community, and it's absolutely awesome.
What I think I love so much about what you guys are doing is there's nothing sexy about it. It's nothing like, until you told me about Duchenne's. Am I saying it right? It is Duchenne's, right?
Yeah.
I never heard of it before.
And what's,
awesome.
It started with 4 boys, and it's grown so much in the last year and a half that they took on a few more families that, fit the build for what, as they put, what a bunch of bikers do. We enjoy riding. And so a month and a half ago, we took in 2 more families, and what's sad is one of the brand new heroes that we just took in, Duchenne's took him away from us on Tuesday. So we lost one, which was sad. And the sad thing is that the parents, they have 2 sons, and both boys have Duchenne's. And the older son, he passed away on Tuesday. Finally, the lungs just couldn't, it takes your muscles and just goes from there. And so it was sad. It sucks to see that. I mean, no parent should have to bury their son or their daughter. I mean, a child, period. And it's just sad. And on the flip side of, everything we do within Mile Monsters is, we're, fundraising, helping the boys live their best lives, but also trying to get this disease out in the public's eye more and raise awareness to it with the hopes, more lobbyists, more lobbying within the government to where we can get more funding and try to get a cure for this disease. Because, anybody that has parents, you don't want to see your kids go through this, and it's sad. So that's, our goal. And I love riding. So if I can do what I like to do for an amazing cause and bring smiles to some boys' faces, man, it's a win-win, and I'm game, and I love it.
Yeah. Well, kudos to you guys.
We got another one.
That is awesome.
What's going on, gentlemen?
What in the hell?
We were just talking a little Mile Monsters.
Can I say one more thing before we get into this?
Yeah.
I got peppermint hot cocoa, bitches. That's all I'm saying. Okay. I'm saying. And I look like I could knock over a liquor store in this hat. Look out, man. So DDK, your shirt matches your bike. I like that.
No, not quite the same color,
Okay.
but it's close.
His bike's badass.
Well, that the amber whiskey is a badass Harley color.
It is, unless you're Dallas.
Well, now Dallas has got that scorched. I think
Oh, it's not ambient. Okay.
no.
Yeah, that was one other note on what we were just talking about. Bry, Zach, the young boy that did pass away, they were also very happy that they were able to donate some of the organs to help save the lives of other individuals when he'd passed. And I know the hospital in Pennsylvania where he was did take him around and did the hero walk through the whole hospital. And there's a big thing that afternoon for him, which was super cool what the hospital did. And, just to help pay the respects of the young man that lost his life to a disease that we still can't find the cure for.
That's class act.
It was
Yeah,
sad.
Anytime you're dealing with children, that's like I look at Shriners Hospital and places like that, and it's just. Phew. I always said if I ever hit that Powerball, that there would be some children's facilities that would get well funded.
The Shriners Hospital is amazing because they don't take money.
No,
It's actually okay.
What's the one? The St. Jude's. That's another one. That's just
I was actually in
awesome.
Shriners Hospital when I was a kid. They didn't take a dime.
Really?
Yeah, because we didn't have the money, and that's a fantastic hospital. They do good stuff. It's nice to see that still exists in the world for sure.
I couldn't, if I was in the medical field, that would be a tough pill to swallow. I got a good friend that his wife was worked at Children's Hospital here locally in Knoxville, and I don't say how she did it. She'd come in and she'd tell us some of the stories of some of these kids, and I don't know. Sometimes you sit and say you want to look up to the heaven and say, God, why this child?
Yeah. So yeah.
I spent some time at Children's Hospital when I was a teenager with my motorcycle wreck, and you feel fortunate when you get to go home after a stint there, when there's a lot of kids that spend a lot of their life and a lot of their time there, and it's tough.
Yeah, it is. So motorcycle.
I see Dez jumped in.
Hey, Dez. Oh,
and Ray's giving me crap saying the only thing I wear is orange shirts, that I don't have black or white. Well, I've made that perfectly clear, and I believe I've told him that before too. That I just in the winter, I don't mind to wear a black T-shirt in the winter. I can't stand to wear them in the summer. They burn me up. I mean,
you guys get the heat and the humidity down there.
Yeah, I mean, I sweat like a mule already. You put a black T-shirt on me, especially like a Harley T-shirt. It's it's got all the decals, or the screen printing and stuff on it, and it's like an oven.
Yeah, they can be. So, what was your opinion there, DDK, on the release and the bikes? What do you think? What was the highs and lows for you?
I think the engine's awesome.
Yeah,
I mean that's cool. I'm not sure what they're calling that orange color, but that two-tone
whiskey neat,
huh?
Whiskey neat.
Okay, yeah, that's a hot-looking color.
Yes, it was.
And I'm not just saying this because I prefer bat wings over the shark nose, but I do think that the bat wing looks better than the shark nose for sure on that.
I like the styling of it. I really liked the accent light they put up on it through the front of the nose. I think it looked sharp.
Here, Phoenix, I'll do this just for you, buddy.
That's the first. I haven't played with the Street Glide 360. The fairing looks really good. It's the nav that really bothers me. It's so flipping big on that bike.
On which bike?
On the Street Glide. It's the same nav, but when you look at it,
Same
it
size
looks,
screen as it is on the Road Glide.
I know, but the Road Glide's got more, I don't know, girth to it. Girth. We'll make that word up. We'll go with that.
Okay.
That's a technical motorcycle term. We gave him more girth, ladies.
Right.
Right.
What's up, XAM biker?
Excellent.
Yeah, I actually said on, I like to badmouth you Road Glide guys, but I actually said on a Road Glide for the first time a couple of weeks ago, and I get where you guys are saying that it feels like you have more room. I can definitely tell that, but I just can't get past that ugly fairing.
I have had my Road Glide for a year. Tomorrow's a year because we went on Katie's birthday. I rode Corey's 103 Street Glide the other week, and I couldn't believe the difference. I felt so cramped on that bike, and I used to have one. I mean, it's not like it wasn't a bike I've never ridden before. There's a huge difference, I think. But again, it's got to be what you like. There's no right answer.
No.
Unless it's a Road Glide, then that is the right answer, of course.
Did Venus just say that Whiskey Neat adds $6,000?
$6,000
to an already $50-some thousand bike?
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, that's what we were talking about earlier. I mean, to me, I just buy a limited or a special and knock it out of the park because, you spend that much money, you're still going to have to put shocks on it. I don't care what Harley says, the crap.
Who are you going after? Who's the buyer that you're going after for a $60,000 motorcycle?
Gen X. That's the Gen X bike. They've marketed it exactly that way. That is the bike that's going to pivot Harley into a different market as far as, because let's face it, right? I'm 51. Let's just say I financed my Harley, like a lot of people are doing. Say you finance it for 7 years, or what do they have, 8 years now, right? You come out of that bike, you're sitting at 60, you want to replace it. Now here's a bike that's familiar. I don't think it's so much about this. I think about it's what it's going to be when it gets to the standard and to the limited, and that's going to be the bike that people buy.
Well, are they going to give you that 121 option?
Yeah, that's the question.
I would argue you probably don't need it.
I don't disagree.
I mean, to me, the CVO has always been about bragging, right?
You don't need a 135 either.
No, you don't. That's why I don't have one.
I wouldn't mind one.
You know how you can tell a guy has a CVO, right? You know that?
Yeah, if your name says Repentance.
No, you can tell a guy has a CVO because he has to tell you he has a CVO. That's what he says. It's like, hi, my name is DDK. I got a CVO. It's right there. But yeah, so that's the one. So what would be the big deal? You can put a 117 in the next gen bikes. You're still smaller displacement. I don't know. I
didn't see the numbers wise for the motors.
No, they won't put them out. That's gonna,
the specs and whatnot. What are they laying down?
It's like a 7 or 8% increase with torque and horsepower over the 117.
Which is weird because when you read that, you don't think it's that big of a deal. And then because I think when they tuned my bike, it got like a 5 horsepower bump. You could feel it. I was surprised because you're like 5 horsepower, but it's also not a car.
Well, it's just like when you went from your 103 to your M8. That's a daylight and dark difference.
Well, yeah, but the hard part for me was it already had a cam in it, so I wasn't sure. Well, no, I took out a Road Glide M8 before, but I don't remember like what it was to standard. But yeah, the only thing I don't like with the
flux capacitor lights, I like that. That's funny.
The one thing I don't like about the M8 though is it doesn't have the personality of the 103. The 103 had amazing personality. It sounded better. It shook better.
I definitely like setting at a red light and that vibration that you get with that twin cam. But I've only ridden one M8 bike. And that was when I was one weekend down in Dallas's, and I rode Penny's Deluxe,
Okay.
and it has the 107. And I mean, it's stock. I mean, it's got slip-ons, but other than that, I mean, it's stock. And I mean, we didn't ride 3 miles because it was freezing ass cold.
What's that, 70?
Do what?
You said it was freezing us cold. Was that 70 degrees or?
No, it was colder than that.
Oh, okay. I was just checking.
It wasn't 40, but it wasn't 70 either.
Yeah.
But unlike Seattle weather, I know it's a lot colder over there, and a lot wetter. But yeah, I couldn't believe the difference between my 103 and that 107. Like I said, that was the first M8 that I had ridden. It was, man, you could tell the torque was so much more on that Milwaukee 8.
Well, yeah, Nomad, you're absolutely right. When it does shake a lot more, because when it goes down to one cylinder, it's not as balanced. I forgot about that. But he probably
my dad's has got a little bit with
lights.
My dad with that cam he put in his 107 when he cammed it, the true duals and whatnot, and went through the whole. I mean, not went through the whole thing, but the intake, full true duals, exhaust, cam, upgraded the oil pump, and it's impressive. It really woke that bike up.
Throwing cams in that M8, yeah. I mean, you get a lot more of that traditional sound and feel.
It's definitely. I mean, it's got a deep growl. I think he's got I think it was the Bazzani True Duals with the Chrome Works and the Woods cam in it, and you get rid of the stock head pipe on those, and even just changing exhaust, and it's. I mean, like all of them, they come California emissions. So when you pull it out and get rid of some of that restriction and really let them breathe, it makes a huge difference.
You see, can you put Noggin's comment up?
Yeah, I just seen that.
So I have a 114 and I'm getting 105, and I want to say 125. So that's a lot of money for 5 horsepower.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but you didn't do the stage 2. I mean, that was already paid for when you bought it. So
no, I meant in the sense that if you're looking at it from a CVO, if you're looking at a special compared to the CVO special, I think there's a lot more things you could do with your money. I mean, that's what we were talking about last night. Your bike looks unique. You look at your bike, that's the DDK bike, right? It doesn't look like everybody else's that bought a CVO that year. I think that's pretty cool. The top of the CVO Batwings. Oh, you did say that. I didn't catch it. Hold on. He's been bugging me about this. Let's go.
Yeah, that's what I was just trying to look at myself. I got had the shark nose up on the other screen. Let's see.
Where is?
Oh, I see what he's talking about.
Why
yeah, you mean the windshield and whatnot? It kind of does. If you look at the windscreen on the Batwing, it does look like the off the road glide.
All right, so let's go here. And let's take a look at. So you're saying. Oh, you're saying this piece here, Fetus? Okay,
I'm assuming that's what he's saying.
Yeah.
I mean, you can definitely see the styling difference there. The bags that's interesting too. Do you see the way the bags come in?
Yeah. See, I'm curious, are they going to bring that fairing to the rest of the lineup? Are they going to end up, because don't see where it'd be cost effective doing 2 different Batwings. So are you going to see that Batwing coming into the 23 lineup, or I guess maybe 24?
Well, you're going to have to, right? Because there's no way that
they're going to do
both. They're just not.
Yeah.
That's really funny. Did you notice that? Assuming it's who I think it is. Hold on, let me look at something here. That's Robert Simmons. I think that's John. Oh, you know what that might be. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I thought that was the coolest part of the video is that they did that reveal at the very, very end. That was really cool.
Yeah, I really freaking like those. I mean, the whole stage 2 fucking audio. So with the Rockford Fosgate, I could really care less about the fucking stereo. But I mean, that's the whole point for me of having hard bags. And then you put the speakers in it, well, you kind of lose some of your fucking waterproofing of your bags. And
Go back to that bags. I don't like those bags.
Oh, I love this. This right here. I think that's cool.
I don't
ties into the lights and everything. It's all one seamless look. I mean, not seamless. You got the seams, but all the way across, you're straight and narrow.
It reminds me of a BMW bag.
Okay, I can see that.
I can see that too.
Well, somebody, I don't know if it was John or Robert that was making the comment that this looks more of like that performance bagger look, which I don't dislike. I just thought it was kind of a weird choice for a CVO, but the pipe ends are kind of weird too. Now, let's go back to I thought the tips were a little odd. The air filter is cool. I like the air filter a lot.
Man, that is a sweet color.
Yeah, I love that color. The black, the gray, the orange, black.
Yeah, that's, I don't know. There's just something about this that this part right here bothers me.
Yeah, I do. Look, as much shit as we love to give each other, the current road glide that you're riding, Bri, that shark nose fairing on that one you're on looks better than that one.
No, dog and a hog. I'm not gonna be able to make it down to Salem tomorrow. Something was come up, and it was on my calendar with my plan, but I'm not gonna be able to make it for the inaugural one.
Yeah, because if you look at where the hell is it? I'm trying to get. If you look at the Pursuit, it looks like a Pursuit. It doesn't. I don't know. I'm just disappointed. I think the headlight is what made that. I think the fact that it stood out so much, and now it just kind of, oh shit. All right, so this right here. So which screen am I sharing? The Harley screen, or can you see when I switch?
No, I just got you on full. The Harley screen's on full screen.
All right, so hold on. I'm gonna stop sharing. Go back. So let me figure out a way to.
Oh, side by side.
Yeah, so let me do this.
It kind of sucks that they did the more twin headlight that the shark nose is famous for.
And then look at that. All right, so we're in a loop. That's kind of fun. So that's the Pursuit. I mean, they're different, but they're not drastically different. Let's see what's going on.
Yeah, a little bit, but you can see some of the styling cues, the whole thing. It's similar, but
you also got to remember the stylings on the Indian they got, from the Harley.
This is true.
You're going to get crossbreeding, so to speak.
Yeah, you're going to get similarities. It's going to happen because they are similar yet different, but
so they're going to sell a lot of these in the South because they're crossbred. I don't understand.
That's inbred, dumbass.
Oh, I'm inbred. That's why I didn't understand the joke. Right now, Dallas is looking up at his DNA. He's like, "Wait, am I inbred? Am I the only one who thinks that when Dallas gets in trouble with Penny, she puts him on the counter so he can't get down?" I don't know. I just don't. Yeah, I mean, that's. You know what? Actually, this looks like when you really look at that looks like the Afghan black headlight. It's not, but it has that same look. I don't know. Denver, you have to buy one so we can.
Can I use your money?
Sure.
Okay.
Here's my thing. You may not be able to afford it, but you could get probably 2 months out of it before they repossess it.
Oh, okay. Well,
yeah.
And they're having a hard time repossessing.
And if you're using Harley financing for those 84 months of that $60,000 motorcycle, then you're going to be paying about $150 for it when it's said and done.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's amazing what they charge for financing, and then you go somewhere else and it's like, oh no, it's like $50 a month cheaper. Absolutely ridiculous.
What's Bob saying there?
Look at the BMW Transcontinental and compare it to the Street Glide windscreen. Well, looks like they took the windscreen for the Street Glide from the Road Glide.
That's reminds me of that.
Yeah.
I don't know. What I'm curious to see is what is that going to look like for the everyday Road Glide? Because that I think would be cool, and I think the Street Glide. I mean, that look in a limited would be pretty cool. But is that going to be the upgrade, or are the lights going to be the CVO thing, where they're going to go back to just the crappy lights on the standard bikes?
Yes.
That's going to suck.
I mean, they won't even put LEDs on most of the bikes.
No.
Unless you're getting a CVO.
That's what cracked me up. They tell you that with a Rushmore, you get this great daymaker headlight, and and the rest of them are all incandescent bulbs or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I went for a ride with a buddy of mine. He just bought a brand new Street Glide ST. We were riding 2 weeks ago, and he's behind me. And no joke, when we pulled over, I asked him, "Dude, is your headlight even working? Because I can't see it. I swear to God, it wasn't even turned on." And they're supposed to be, top of the line for their shit, and it sucks.
Well, I know that you have a $1 billion aftermarket industry out there, and Harley's trying to save a buck by putting incandescent light bulbs in them. That I mean, my God, it can't be that big of a difference when you'd be buying in the type of bulk that they would be buying in.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of get with the times, so to speak.
I mean, if it cost them $200 more to outfit an entire bike, I mean, I believe they could make that $200 up on that cost.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
So, what is that? Is the Street Glide going to have as much room as the Road Glide? I don't understand what you're asking, Noggin. Bearing wise, you're a lot more cramped. But again, it may not matter. If you're if you're a smaller person, it's not going to matter. If you're a taller person, it may matter, but it's all perspective. Oh, that's right. They did add the storage in that. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, Phoenix is really excited because he wants that little drawer for his little personal things underneath his ferry.
Well, just go Shark Nose and you get two of them.
He's not ready for Shark. He's just not.
He has to keep his feminine products with him at all times.
I was trying to.
Is he one of those guys that I heard about on the radio that are using women's feminine products to get rid of their sweaty balls?
Oh, and now we just got demonetized. Wow.
Hey, I heard it on the radio. Guys are using maxi pads to get rid of their swamp ass. I'm like, wow.
This show has gone weird.
Hey, y'all started it.
Wow.
Drink some Starbucks, bro. You'll be okay.
I notice y'all are ignoring Moto Noggin's comment.
What, he's got all LED lights on his $15,000 Sportster S.
Yeah, but we're trying to be nice tonight. We really are.
Yeah. It's a Sportster. They got to do something to try to sell them.
I will say this, though. I got to hear his new pipes in person. It is amazing what a Honda lawnmower can sound like with pipes. It really he fired that
it was a Turo, but okay.
Flew by. That bee's like, oh, is that another bee?
Wow.
He was all about the treble and no bass. That's all I'm saying. If anybody hasn't watched that install video of Blue taking over Noggin's install and then Blue's kid doing it, you got to watch it. It's fantastic. We just couldn't handle Shark Nation from a guy who just bought a Road Glide. And they said, I sold out fast. Jesus. Simmer down, Bob.
Yeah, he's on a Road Glide, for a week or two?
Yeah, Road Glide changes a man.
Yeah,
Not for
just
the
look at
better.
Bry.
That's what I'm saying. Not for the better.
Nah, I don't know. I showed up my first day at work and there were like 5 HR incidents. They're like, whoa, you can't be bringing the road glide to work. The ladies aren't ready for that. Cat ladies are going to go berserk.
Oh, weed whacker.
I
Hey,
think
my weed whacker sounds pretty mean. That 4-stroke, fucking wop wop. Oh yeah, fucking brop. Let's go.
DDK did the cool thing. You make the bike your own. Phoenix has stretch bags on his. I think it looks really good.
Yeah, Phoenix is wanting to do some more to his too.
Well, Phoenix
I would
was
like to do the stretch
what's-
bags and go the
Phoenix-
14 and newer style.
Yes. What's the difference? Oh, that's right, because they flip.
Yeah, you get the latches on the inside, not the
Yeah.
outside.
The inside latches are much nicer.
Oh shit! Sensor Pendants is in the house. My favorite tech. Well, no, he's my second favorite. Well, he's my third favorite Texan. My wife will be the first. Smitty be the second. He's like third. He was nerding out the other day buying video equipment. Oh, sets. Hold on a second. I'll show you something, buddy. Look at that. Look at that. I just had a nerd out there for sets. No, I don't.
Was that a new mic, wireless mic?
Yeah, it's the new. It's the DJI dual mic system. It's really slick.
Yeah, I bought them cheap ass ones that work really good.
Which ones did you get?
I don't know. Simco.
Nice. How do they work for you?
That's what I used to do that video that I popped out this morning.
I was actually thinking about doing a video on that because there's a part of me that thinks that would be really cool to start doing videos on, like, this is an entry level piece of equipment. This is a grade. This is, whatever, because there's a lot of really good stuff out there that's not expensive, that does a really good job.
Well, for my purpose, I thought it done well.
I wanted to get the DJIs for a couple reasons, but one of the reasons I wanted to get it is it has a adapter that allows you to attach it to your cell phone and all kinds of stuff. You can do a lot more creative audio setup with it, because there's a part of me that is really toying with the idea of using my phone for a lot of content. I think it'd be pretty cool. Mix it up a little bit. Now that I broke sets or pendants financially, I'm going to go back to using an iPhone. Gonna go old school, baby. No, but it's really so. Wrench Vendor Nick, do you think that would be cool? I thought it would be a cool idea. Like, it's going to be different from my normal wheelhouse, but I thought it would be really cool because there's a lot of people who want to start channels and they're like, oh, what should I buy? Well, here's what you could buy, and then here's what you ultimately can buy if you stay in it. I think I think from a creator standpoint, it's pretty cool. Yeah, that's the receiver, and right now it's got that little lightning adapter on the end.
What is that? The Rode Mic Wireless?
No, this is DJI.
Oh, okay.
And then it's got these little receivers. I mean, they're super small.
Yeah, about the size of the ones I've got.
Yeah. Oh, no, I'm saying, I mean, I know that they make, there's a lot of companies that make this. Ray, I leave the house to make videos in my driveway, and you will be so excited, Ray. I am doing a CVO My Thoughts video on Sunday just for you, because I thought Ray said he did a short saying he will really want to see more CVO videos.
Yeah,
I'm going to dedicate it to him.
He really must, since he threw out a short saying that he wanted to see more CVO coverage.
I know.
Oh, Mike.
And actually, that's what I'm going to name it. Here's the video Ray doesn't want you to see. I'm going to put a picture of him. I'm going to make it total clickbait. The reason Ray will not buy a Road Glide. Now I got to come up with something better. No, I don't know. I think so. Where did you get those? Amazon?
Yes.
Okay.
Got them off Amazon, but that was after looking at about 10,000 different reviews.
What did they set you back, if you don't mind me asking?
$100.
That's not bad at all.
No.
Oh, for a little mic for your phone, or sorry, I missed beginning of the conversation. I was
You
daydreaming.
can plug it into the GoPro. You can plug it into your phone. You can plug it into different cameras. It's got about half a dozen different adapters that come with it.
I just use the Rode mic LE. Plugs into my phone, lightning port. It works fairly well. Pretty well.
Me and Tech are not friends. I don't know. I mean, I think there's something that could be in that, right? Because you don't need to spend all the money. You could.
Well, look, I'm not. I don't do the YouTube thing to get big. You know what I mean? I do it because it's kind of fun. I just kind of like to throw shit out there and let people see what I'm doing or where I'm riding. I mean, that's what I do it for.
Hey, Sets, check your phone.
There's I mean, you know, not that there's anything wrong if you go into a whole scale production of your YouTube videos. I mean, I've seen some videos that were put on YouTube that, my God, could have been a cinematic movie because the quality was, you know, that good. But I'm never going to spend that kind of time doing it.
Yeah, there are some that do some pretty amazing freaking stuff.
Oh yeah.
And that's kind of where I am. It's cool that you can do certain things, but at a certain point, it's like, how much do you really want to spend doing it? Because how many times do you go and you watch a video that's got gazillions of views on it and it's crap? Like, technically, it's a crap video, but you know, if it hits, it hits.
Look, I suck at editing already, and you know, my average editing time for, you know, a 10-minute video is probably 30 minutes of editing to put it together. If that. I mean, it's just I'm not great at it. I don't have the skill set. I mean, I just picked up an editing software and thumbed my way through it and figured out how to do a few things that's kind of cool. And
what do you edit with?
That's all I do. Shotcut.
Oh no, I've seen that. Okay.
I've heard of that one either. I just use iMovie for little things I've done. Just because it's simple. I know how to use it.
All about simple. Simple is good. To me.
I mean, yeah. I mean, well, it's like anything, right? The more complicated you get, the more complicated it becomes.
Yeah.
I mean, Setzer Pendant has like 19 cameras that he's trying to sync at one time. And then he calls me complaining. I'm like, well, maybe you don't need 19 cameras.
Well, it's just like I see a lot of people that do, you know, actual moto vlogging. Man, they got so many cameras and gadgets hanging off their bikes and helmets and handlebars. I mean, it looks like a porcupine riding down the freaking road. And, I mean, that's great. I mean, you got a view for everything, but I wouldn't be able to keep up with it.
Well, yeah, and that's kind of where I'm at here. People can break my balls all they want, and I'll take it. But I'm gonna ride. I want to enjoy the ride. Like I was not at the Baggers and Brews ride to film. That wasn't why I was there. I was there to meet everybody, you know. And a lot of people are like, "Oh, I can't believe you're not filming." I'm like, "I can't believe you are. I just want to have fun."
Well, you know,
yeah. Sometimes you got to do that. You got to be able to separate it. And I guess, you know, there are times, hey, you know, let's do some filming. Other times, like, I just want to go enjoy a ride. And I think for somebody that's, you know, a large creator that does a lot of that, I think it's, in my opinion, you know, kind of good to balance out the time. And, you know, I mean, some people that maybe that's what they really enjoy doing. That's part of their thing. Hey, that's awesome. But I think you also somebody's got to let go. It's like, I'm just going to enjoy the ride and not worry about this stuff and have a good time.
Well, if I'm recording when I'm on the bike, I mean, I use a Rick Rack mount, and it's mounted to the front of the fairing, and it's pointing straight ahead, pretty much dead center of the bike. I don't talk. I don't do motor vlogging. I just like to show people the roads that we ride up here. I mean, I'll usually throw some music to it and just release a 4, 5, 6 minute video of just some of these twisties and stuff that we ride.
I've been doing that with that Insta360, just putting together little 1-minute clips. I put a couple little shorts like on my YouTube. They don't get much hit, but there's a couple of them did really well on Facebook and throw them up on the old freaking TikTok.
Well, I like that Insta 360. I like the views that I've seen people that put the videos out.
Oh, it's freaking
But-
impressive.
Yeah, it is. But I also hear that, a lot of people talking about, it's a pain in the butt when you're trying to edit it and stuff. I'm like, well, I don't want nothing that's going to make it.
Well,
any
no,
harder.
see, here's the thing. There is a manual edit. I've read it. It's great. Do a clip, do a video that's 5-6 minutes long. They say at least around 4 minutes of what creators I've watched in videos. And you can go into the Insta360 app, pull up, click the video that you want to edit. You can try to edit, or you can hit that auto button, and it'll go through your whole video and pick out what it feels as the best clips, and it'll put together like a 1.5-minute clip out of your 4-minute ride, and it'll
that's
do
on
it
your
for you
phone?
in about 1 minute.
Wow.
Yeah. It's
You
in
gotta-
the side.
You got to teach me that, because I have one. I've had it for probably 2 years. I've never used it.
No, it's right. You download the Insta360 app on your phone. So you go out, you film it with the camera, you go back home. Like I either do it on my phone or I'll do it on my iPad, pull it up, click the video I want. You pull up the video, and right in the middle top, it'll say edit. And then there's a button that says auto, and you just hit the auto, and it'll do the fucking edit for you in about 60 seconds, and it's done.
Jeez.
Oh, shit.
Now you've piqued my interest.
What do we have here?
So where is
Surprise!
Oh, yeah.
I can't stay long. I got some shit to do. I can't be dealing with all this peasant shit. I plug in earphones and integrated webcam. Can you even hear me?
Yeah.
it?
This is probably the greatest quality you've ever had.
Oh, that hurts, man. That hurts. What's good tonight, fellas?
Just hanging out, having a beverage or 2 or 3, and talking some shops, some bikes, some technology, and just hanging out.
Yeah, the porcupine has arrived.
The vroom is in the hizzle.
That wasn't a personal comment.
Huh?
It wasn't a personal comment.
I know. I'm just joking around. But yeah, man, I'm a big nerd. I'm with you though, Brian. I understand what it's like when you're saying, and probably I've already moved on, but you were saying a minute ago about you want to enjoy the ride. I can get with that. I think that's one of the hardest things for me whenever I'm trying to vlog is because, like, and I was just having this conversation the other day. It's like,
Vicky.
oh,
Damn you, Vicky! You ruined it.
They call that the stranger.
what happened? Damn it! I don't have the comments up. What'd you say?
Left hand, babe.
You are wonderful.
Well, I'm not going to.
Cheers, buddy. Yeah.
So
I can't wait till
anyways,
the day, Jason, that I'm going to show up in Texas and arrange it with Vicky, where you guys are going to be somewhere having a drink, and I'm just going to wait and pop out in the back when you got the wrong hand. Buffalo.
Yeah, no. I'll sense your presence. But no, man, I get the whole, like, whenever I'm riding, I kind of zone out, I don't ever. A lot of times when I'm just riding by myself, not if I'm riding in a group or if I got vroom with me or anything, but if it's just me and I'm just crushing miles or whatever, a lot of times I'm not even listening to music. I zone out and, I'll have my GPS wired in because if I don't have somebody telling me, hey, stupid, turn right, I'll just keep going. I'll hit the coast, so.
Yeah. Oh, look, ocean. Shit, I went too far.
Yeah, shit. Should have taken that left turn in Albuquerque.
Yeah, it's kind of like my dad years ago. He was going to go to Montana for a ride after he retired, and I hadn't heard from him 4 or 5 days, so I figured I'd call him, and he's in fucking New Orleans. So what the hell happened to Montana? Took a right turn. Fuck, I guess.
Vicky, that ain't right.
Yes, it is.
That ain't
That
right,
is-
Vicky.
That is so epic. I love it.
I thought
She understands.
this is some bullshit. Well, she means she's got to come in here and make me another drink.
Oh, that's epic. Hayden would be so proud. I wish he was here to see it.
So much for sipping whiskey.
Oh, that's freaking beautiful.
You make sure your boy gets a hold of this clip.
Oh, I will. Trust me. Where we at? 108. Oh, we're gonna make a. Yeah, we'll have to download a short out of that one.
So who's going to help me figure out how my 360 works? Because
I just told you it's very simple. Turn it on, hit
It
the
sounds
record
like me.
button, record 5 or 6 minutes, get the app on your phone, select that video, and hit auto, and it does it for you.
Oh, it's in my bike.
You ain't right. You ain't right on so many levels.
Aw.
Oh, I love it. I heard the giggle, the laughs. That's so awesome.
I call my lava. We take the
That was that just made my night. Oh my god.
That was worth it. That was worth the whole.
Heck yeah.
Hey, did you see my new Hey babe, can you give me those thank you cards?
What?
The thank you cards right there on my tablet. Did you
Yeah,
the
did you see-
cards?
See Amy's comment. I bet you're so glad you met Hayden. Oh, I
There
love
should
it.
be little cards. That's all right. I'll make do with what I got. You did great. Oh, they're right here. Thank you. You did good. I told you did great. Did you see these?
Thank you.
Oh,
Those
that's
are
cool.
sweet.
I've been told once or twice that I'm a little extra. So for my coins that I made, I took that insert. I got an insert made just for the coins that go out.
Hey, that's awesome.
Isn't that some nerd shit? So normally, right, this is what they look like. They have the advertisers information on there,
Right.
but advertiser smashmatizer. But yeah, how cool is that? So
Yeah.
anybody watching, don't worry about donating to Denver. Donate to my charity, and you get some cool shit. Left hand.
Wow, that was just weird.
Hey, Springer Mike said you need some more of that Chris Ledoux whiskey. You should maybe go for riding a week and a half or something. I hear there's a few bottles making their way this way.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
So we're at Seattle.
No, a little west Seattle, about 2 hours west of Seattle with a ferry ride.
Riding ferries in Seattle. What?
Hey, that's how you got to get to Seattle from the Olympic Peninsula. Unless you want to take a long drive, you got to take a ferry.
Okay.
We have ferries in the state, Bri. They cross the Puget Sound.
Okay.
Berries.
Yeah. Big boats.
I hear Seattle is full of ferries.
Whoa! Jeepers, shots fired.
Fired.
He's
Right. No sound pad. No. I
Have
know
y'all
it came
seen
preloaded.
Drowned my sorrows in a bottle of Chardonnay.
Nah, the levels are too low on that one. Damn, it's going to.
I think he tried to make his own sound bites, and it's not working. He needs help, Jason. He needs help.
You get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
Emotional damage.
Emotional.
Emotional, damn it.
That reminds me, TDK. I saw your fender and I thought,
I like big butts and I cannot lie.
Ain't nothing wrong with a fat ass.
no, man, that's how I like them, thick.
Talking
I
my
was thinking-
language.
I'm thinking about renaming my bike Oatmeal because she thick.
I think you should just rename it Big Booty Judy.
No, the Ultra was Big Fat Fanny, but the Road Glide is more civilized. It's got more uniqueness.
Yeah. Oh, Amy's got a good point. Here in Washington, when you ride your motorcycle on the ferries, there could be a 2 or 3 ferry wait, and on a motorcycle, you don't wait. You're
What do you
first
do?
on. You bypass. You get to go around to everybody. You're first on the ferry. You're first off when you're on a motorcycle.
Guess what they don't do in Galveston, Armpit, Texas? If you're happen to be riding in a group of people that may or may not piss off the ferry master, they keep your ass. Well, they keep your ass waiting. Asshole.
Yeah. Not in Washington. They let you ride on.
So here's the thing. I've kind of I try not to do. I try not to be much into politics, but one of our podcast shows is a politics show, and I think what I'm going to try to do is like, I think I'm like arms reach away from the right people. I'm really going to try to get a law passed in Texas about lane splitting. The more I see it, the more I do it. But the more that I see other, like California and all that, especially down here in South Texas, it was 110 today in the gauge on my truck. I'm like, if I'm stuck in traffic at 110 sitting on a furnace, that's a life safety issue. I'm not waiting in traffic, and there's always freaking traffic. And I mean, I don't, but I shouldn't, and it's not like I'm going to get pulled over, but you know what I mean? I'm going to write a letter.
I think
they tried to pass it up here, but it didn't pass.
I think it should be about like a helmet law. I think it should be your choice. In the state of Tennessee, there is no lane splitting. But one of the problems we have here is even our interstates, especially around here where I'm at, they're not all that wide already. Then you get into a traffic jam situation. You probably have 3 feet in between vehicles that are sitting dead stop. All it takes is one person to move 6 inches and you're plowing something up.
So I definitely think the responsibility needs to be on the person splitting, right? So,
yeah, and it should be.
However, there's been a few videos that I've seen where I've seen people not even splitting, just they're traveling in the opposite lane, and then somebody that's stopped in traffic because they swerve out in front of them because they don't want them passing them or whatever.
Yes, he did.
And this one guy in a car pulled out of traffic and hit the motorcycle. There was like 4 motorcycles. He hit like the 3rd one. Intentionally. Now I don't know what needs to be done about that, but that shouldn't be the motorcycle's fault, or that shouldn't be the motorcycle's problem.
Not, and that should be a legal grounds to whoop somebody's ass.
Agreed. But
my
without
dad
video,
and I
it's hard to prove, right? I mean,
got a point. I know my dad and I, there's been a few times got caught on the interstate, like on I-5 and some serious heat. And we've, our exit was, I don't know, mile and a half down the interstate. And it's like, fuck it. We hopped on the shoulder, just went at a slow pace, about 20 miles an hour down to our exit. And it's like, forget this, and went the other way and get out of the traffic. Cause I mean, you're sitting on Harley, it's an air cooled engine. You got to get air going around to keep them cool. And it's the excuse you use, but we just said, screw it. Cause you're baking, like you're saying, you take the temperature, it's 110. Now put yourself on the asphalt. It's a lot fucking harder.
It's a lot hotter.
You get that heat radiating, and it's like piss on that.
So another real problem that I kind of have, I'm a pretty aggressive rider, and yeah. I'd even go so far to say I've been called an asshole, and I would not have disagreed with the person that said that. So
your ego's writing checks your body can't cash.
I don't have a problem with that title. However, whenever I'm hauling ass through traffic, I feel claustrophobic and caged in, and I feel like I am going to get hit if I am in traffic and I'm just like inching along. I know the dude behind me is just going to smash into me, and I've avoided so many of those wrecks, by being an asshole. So I don't know. I mean, I'm not going to change me. The law would be nice, but it's not going to stop me.
So CVOs.
Yeah, I mean, huh?
Just being smart. I'm like, so CVOs.
Oh yeah, this is the CVO unveiling party, right?
It is, but now it's not because you're rolling.
Well, it was, and we got sidetracked at a half hour in or so because kind of talked about it, but then it just became, let's just hang out and do a Friday night jam session.
Where in Tennessee are you at, DDK?
About 25 miles north of Knoxville. A little town called Clinton, Tennessee, which is right outside of Oak Ridge, Tennessee, which, you know anything about the atomic bomb, you've heard of Oak Ridge, Tennessee.
I lived in Cleveland for a little while, Cleveland, Tennessee.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. That's an hour down there, about an hour and 15 minutes down the road.
Short stint. But yeah, it's pretty country out that way. I mean,
Oh, it's for riding, it's just phenomenal. And there's so many back roads and shit that you can get on. It's great.
That is a state on my bucket list I do want to check
it's
out.
great. Yeah, we just went up to Arkansas here a couple months ago when it was, I don't know, the high of the day was about 68. It was just so beautiful. And
We're supposed to. I'm hoping to make Arkansas. I'm wanting to hit the Ozarks in September this year. We'll go down 3 or 4 days down there riding. I want to ride the pig trail. I hear everybody talking about the pig trail, so I want to go ride the pig trail.
It's nice. It's definitely worth going if you've never been on it. I think though that so like we went up to the Cat House, and then from there we went down. I got the ride posted on my site, but we came down. I think it's 20, and it's just the roads in Arkansas, in West Arkansas, on that side of the state, they're just so well maintained. It's it's a rider's paradise. They don't have it was actually kind of amazing considering, we were up first thing in the morning and, we're pounding through, some really nice roads. And, there's in Texas, there's like gravel on the side of every interstate, the side of it. And, if you're not in your major lane, it's major debris, off to the side, and it's just not like that out in Arkansas, not a whole lot of trips, not a lot of, potholes or anything like that. It was real pretty riding.
So how long would it take you to get down to Arkansas, DDK?
Well, it would take me a full day. We're talking about leaving out of here one morning and riding to Hot Springs, and just spending the night at Hot Springs first night. So that'd be a 9-10 hour day.
Okay.
Get to Hot Springs.
Have you been to Hot Springs before?
No, I've never ridden in Arkansas. Period.
So Hot Springs, I didn't know this, and I've been to Hot Springs before, but the last trip that we did out that way and actually made it to Hot Springs, so everybody's going to be like, yeah, you dummy, but I'm dumb. What can I say? So they have the springs that are actually what Hot Springs is named for. They used to have these bathhouses, and they still have them to some degree, but the people believe that water is healing. All right, so you got all these fountains everywhere, and like just like in the middle of the town, all over the town or whatever, people go and they fill up their bottles or whatever. The water is scalding hot coming out of the ground, and people, they collect that water and take it back or whatever. But they have bathhouses where you can go change into whatever. It just turn the water on, it comes out of the ground, super freaking hot, and it's like a sauna. It's pretty interesting. I didn't realize. I kind of would like to go back knowing that. So if you have some time in Hot Springs, take your swim trunks.
We have some of those.
Get healed by the water.
Up here along the Elwha River is one of the large rivers on the peninsula, and the road washed out a couple of years ago. They haven't fixed it up there, but you can hike up, and there's hot springs along the river where people put rocks around it, and there's literally like natural freaking hot tubs right next to the river at the Olympic Hot Springs.
Nice.
They come right out the ground.
Yeah, all of Texas standing water is hot springs. During the summer, it's just all hot.
Well, I mean, it's like you could hop in the hot springs and literally walk 10 feet and hop into a river coming off the glaciers off the Elwha, but it's crazy how the hot springs are up there right along the river, and it's a popular place. I mean, it used to be you could go up the Elwha and it was a mile hike to get to the hot springs, but now it's going to make you hike about 6 or 7 miles. But yeah, it's one of the crazy features we have up here also.
No hot springs around here where I'm at. If it's a hot spring, it's somebody peed in the pool.
It's a lukewarm spring.
Why are you always bringing Dallas into this?
Hey, don't be messing with my little buddy.
He's just the cutest little thing.
He's such a nice guy.
I'll tell you what, him and Penny are fantastic.
I'll tell you what, if that lighter's killing me. But anyway,
hey, that's the only way to light a cigar, man. Just grab a fucking torch.
You just
Butane
burn
torch.
half of the side
That's
of it.
right.
Good. But if you ever
Adds
get the
to the flavor.
opportunity, Bri, to visit with Dallas, him and Penny are wonderful hosts. You'll have a great time if you ever go down and visit with Dallas and Penny.
Well, I hung out with them. You forget that, buddy.
Well, yeah, but
But not in their home neck of the woods.
That's true.
But Penny is a sweetheart. I love Penny, and her and my wife hit it off real well too.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Amy commented also the Salt Lake. You can actually go up to the Salt Lake Hot Springs Resort, and they have hot springs you can get in up there too. Plus the big swimming pool and the resort up there. But yeah, we got some around the area up here too, which is pretty cool.
We have things called the Blue Hole, not hot springs. Yeah,
They cold?
it's called the Blue Hole. Well, it's cold on well digger's ice. It comes straight out of the mountain. You know, they call it the Blue Hole because somebody piled up a big old stack of boulders and backed the creek up, and it's about 8 foot deep right there. So they just named it the Blue Hole. Been there since.
Yeah, we have that too. It's called the Lake Crescent. It's ice cold.
We just
What are you
visited
doing?
someplace. The big. Oh, it wasn't in Tennessee. Where was that?
My wife just took my torch away from me and brought me a lighter. That's what my torch is.
Well, I think it might be
Sheepers.
the fact that you were triggering DDK.
I was having non-flashbacks, man.
Hey, it's hot. Comes out, lights a cigar in no time.
What's the Four Corners rally?
Four Corners, that's Colorado.
Yeah, I know. We went to that last
Selfire's
year.
in the side chat. I didn't know she was back home already. Selfire, how was the trip with you and Dez?
She got to meet me. How do you think her trip was?
Well, I mean, you know,
That was
there are
probably
some
the highlight,
unfortunate
Brian.
things.
It was. It was.
Probably the highlight.
And she bought me a goat. Did you all see my goat?
She bought you a what?
It's a stuffed goat.
Now, I think the highlight was Robin. I mean, come on now.
I didn't get a chance.
Come
I
on,
didn't know
Kelfire.
Robin
It's
I didn't know Robin
it's a
was
good
stateside.
torch. It's just a quick second, lights a cigar, and life's just fine.
Other than it sounds like somebody dropped napalm.
Just for a second.
Oh, wow. She rode 1,500 miles. That's a lot. Girl, you get it.
That's a clip.
Nice.
Downside is she had to pull over for gas every 30. But, you know. That girl can
And peanut-
haul. She was in
Peanut tanks don't hold much.
She was in front of me in the ride, man. That girl can haul that 1,200.
The Blue Hole. Is that what DDK? Is that what what did you call yours? What did you
The
call
Blue
your
Hole.
hole?
The
Blue
Blue
Hole?
Hole.
There's
The bunghole.
also a blue hole in New Mexico, and we were there. Santa Rosa Blue Hole.
Yeah, but that's probably some that's happened throughout nature that's actually caused that. Probably this one up here I'm talking about is a bunch of rednecks threw a bunch of rocks in there and backed it up.
Yeah, this is definitely not that. Yeah, I feel like there was something significant about this.
4.3 gallon tank on that sporty.
She has
Hey, that's better than the peanuts. I mean, that's a little bit more.
Yes.
got a really nice purple flake on that bike. That's where it's at, yo.
3 gallons, 1,500 miles. I'm trying to get a 4-gallon auxiliary tank on mine.
So why do you want the extra? Oh, because you don't want to get off. Never mind. That's
The range. Well, it's
Yeah.
like we figured that last year. Well, when we did the Monsters Over Mountains, a buddy of mine, Steve, here in town, he's got the 1200 GS, or no, 1250, I think it is, BMW.
Yeah.
He's got a 9.4 gallon tank on that. He was feeling up. I mean, us, everybody, you know, we're all in Harley was 5, and well, I think I was the only 5 gallon tank. Everybody else had 6, but he was fueling every other gas stop just because his range was like 450.
That's the whole reason to buy the Adventure. That's what they need to do. That's what they need to do. They make me a Harley with a bigger tank. I'd buy that.
Oh,
So
absolutely.
all the IBA stuff to get certified, you have to have at least a minimum of or a maximum of 350 miles. You got to stop every 350 or less. Just throwing that out
last thing I had that had that kind of range was an old Honda CB 100. You put 2 gallons in that thing and damn near go about 600 miles on it.
Damn.
Yeah, but Jason, you got the 6-gallon tank and you carry the 2 fuel bottles with you. I mean, that's some extra range.
Yeah, I get about 140 miles of the tank.
Well, you got that heavy right hand, so
yeah. I tell you, anything over 90, she just pours gas right out the ass.
No, imagine that.
Well, for the folks that don't know what you ride, Jason, tell them, because I'm not sure everybody knows that.
It just got a road glide like every other shark-nosed brother.
Yeah, but Kudo's a little more in a road glide. Come on, stop playing.
She's got a healthy heart.
Yeah, she does. She's got a big heart. She got a 131. I got a 131, and just recently, finally, after all these years of bitching, I finally got the tuner swapped over to something that lets me get past 114 miles an hour. So that's nice. Although, it's like you can watch the gas. It's like you can watch the speed go this way and the gas go that way. It's at the same time.
So is yours the 131 kit, or is it actually a crate 131?
It's a kit, but the Harley. I bought the bike with it on it already. So it was a brand new bike. It was a dealer, Waco Harley Davidson. They had actually built the bike and set it on the showroom. So it wasn't like something that I commissioned. And so it had factory warranty. It had, of course, it's in I'm in the EMT now. Learned a lot of shit with this bike, actually. There was a little bit of struggle, but nothing too bad. Yeah, at first I wanted the crate. Whenever I bought the bike in July of 2020, and so before I bought it, I was like, my bike. What the hell? Right before I bought the bike, I had a checklist of shit that I wanted before I got it, right? And so I was like, I would really like to get the crate motor versus the kit. And then, I just started reading some shit, and it was like, it's kind of like it didn't really matter. It's Masamino's, that's your extra fuel D.
Yeah, the Lowbrow Customs fuel bottle. Actually, I have one I gave, and Hayden got one too. Since that will be the one thing that I don't understand. I mean, I love his bike. He got that Yamaha V-Star 1300 touring bike. It's very comfortable, a great starter bike for somebody getting into wanting to ride. But why they built a touring model bike with no gas gauge? I don't understand.
Seriously?
Yeah, it's got just an idiot light, and it's a factory touring bike. I mean, it came with the windshield, the leather hard bags. I mean, it's a beautiful V-Star. It's a great bike. But
it's got a reserve though, right?
No, because it's fuel injected.
It doesn't have a reserve on the petcock?
There is no petcock.
On the bottom of the really?
Nope. It's just got an idiot light. That
says,
"Hey, motherfucker, you're about out of fuel."
What's his range on when the light comes on?
Usually around 150. But we had on that trip we did last summer, going through Montana, we hit some pretty healthy headwind, and there was one time he only got 90 miles and the gas light came on. Just because of the headwind we were going through. But yeah, I just made no sense to me. Why do you build a touring bike and you don't put a fuel gauge on it? I think that's the only downfall I saw to that bike. I mean, everything else, it's a great looking bike. I know that
gauge on it. Quit your bitching.
You can't put a gauge on it.
Sure you can. You see those guys drill holes in the side of the tank?
Okay, so you could do that. Okay.
Shit.
I don't know if he'd want to drill holes in his gas tank, but
I mean, you want to gauge or don't you want to gauge?
Well, my thing is, why do you need a gauge? My KR didn't have a gauge. You just use the speedo. You use the odometer.
Well, you can, but it's like, we found out that one day with the headwind, it killed his fuel mileage when we were slamming that headwind. The headwind was so bad. they made these little lowers that stick down underneath the windshield to help block the wind, and the wind was blowing so hard it fucking broke them. And those went bye-bye.
Michael
But-
Bites in the house. What's up, buddy?
What's going on there, Mike?
So, what did I miss earlier about the coming out party for you guys in the CVO?
Oh, just talking styling, opinions and whatnot. And
Did y'all happen? No, this is the nerd coming out of me, right? Did y'all happen to notice the thumb controls on those handlebars?
oh, Amy.
I try, Amy. I try.
What about
Hey,
him?
we slowed
You
down.
see?
Everybody wants to pitch shit about that one time. We slowed down and we're riding safe.
Okay, first of all, safe is just subjective. I mean, it's it was safe for me. It was safe for you, but I don't know that it was safe for your son.
Hey, come on. We were doing like 60, 65.
Whenever we left the stop sign. Shit, man.
Whatever.
So DDK, check this out. I rode up there to see him, and we hook up or whatever in Montana, and we stayed a night at Butte, and then the next day we get on the road or whatever. We're running a little bit of rain, and so they pull over to put their Denver puts his assless chaps on, and I was like, hey, dude, doesn't matter to me. I'm following you guys. It's all good, but this is your son's first big road trip. Maybe you want to bring it down from 100.
Oh, we were never at 100. Come on, now that's already exaggerating.
It was raining. Maybe we could slow it down just a little bit. I was like, but whatever. I'm following you.
We
guys.
were cruising like 85-ish.
He's like, for sure. We're definitely gonna take it easy.
Wait,
and
I'm down to
was
like
a trooper,
65-ish.
man. He was right there. He was like, no problem. I was like, well, I guess you either sink or you swim, right?
Fuck you.
Shit.
We had dry patches on the highway once we picked our speed back up. We dropped her down a little bit because we were cruising 85, 90, and we dropped her down to 65-ish.
I don't remember going 65 unless we were getting to 90.
70.
But I will say though, it was pretty. The roads were pretty dry for as wet as we were.
Yeah, I think we waited too long to stop. We'd already pretty much got past the lightning and rainstorm and seen the fire from the lightning storm that started on the hillside. And I think we're in Wyoming by then. Yeah, we were.
Yeah.
It was your boy's first ride, and he'd only had his permit for a month.
Yeah.
About 5-6 weeks, yeah.
And you were running him at 90.
95.
Sometime. Well, the speed limit was 80.
Well, like I say, you got to break them in right.
I mean, he, has been on motorcycles most of his life, the road. So, hey, he did. I'll tell you what, I was very impressed with because by day 2 or 3, I mean, he was picking up cues like, you're switching lanes to get by, you get around a car, and he would, see traffic ahead. Oh, cool. I'm going to grab this lane and then everybody else can get over. And
Yeah, he did real good.
he did. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah. Speaking of a lot of fun, Denver hooked me up with Riot with the Mile Monsters, and we got a ride coming up in July. We're going to take an 8-year-old who has Duchenne's disease, and he's going to ride on the back of Riot and Hopper's bike. He'll switch it back and forth. We're going to take him to every Harley dealership in Texas. And there's going to be about, 4 or 5 of us, 6 of us, my boy's going to. I'm counting down the days, man. That's going to be, I'm excited about that.
That's going to be awesome.
And again, just so you got it on record and you can refer back to this whenever you like, I appreciate you dropping my name and, getting my name in the hat there for those guys. Hopefully
Absolutely. I mean, when I saw the post, it's like, dude, Jason's a perfect guy. And I called Riot and said, dude, here you go. And, we talked for a while. He's like, oh, sweet. Because that'd be great. I said, here you go. And it's like, you're messing me. Riot's been like, fuck this. Here's Jason's number. Jason, here's Riot's number. Get me out of the middle. You guys coordinate. Because I'm getting messages from you. I'm getting messages from Riot. I'm like, fuck this middleman shit. But no, I think that's going to be awesome. I mean, I couldn't think of a better person to be able to go along to help document it with, how your bike's set up, the filming and everything you really enjoy doing when you're riding. It seemed like a fucking hands down win situation right there.
It is so difficult to do that kind of shit for myself, right? It's like, how do you be the cameraman for yourself? I mean, the vlogger setup, that's obvious. You got the one on the handlebars and the one on your, but I mean, like getting good shots, you know what I mean? I'm just like, I'm super stoked. And so is my son. My son's really into the photography side of things more than the videography, but I give him that first mirrorless and he's been off to the races. I mean, he's like, he goes to the stunt lots with these guys here in town and, he's really enjoying it and nerding out on it too. And he started working with me again here recently, and he's doing all the editing for my podcast. And it's just been such a great experience having him, because we think a lot alike. So it's like I get all of the all of my wants without having to do any of the effort. I'm like, hey, make this look like this and figure this out, and he gets it done. So he's going to come along with us, and I'm really excited about it. It's going to be a lot of fun.
I can't wait to see. I mean, I know it's going to be a few months after the ride, but how everything comes together to see. I mean, it's going to be a lot of miles. I mean, what is there, 36, 38? I think I've seen the post.
34, 35, somewhere in there.
No, but it's going to be really cool.
Maybe I'm wrong, but then Killfire, yeah, it's a drag. It's like we're all trying to do the, you can fill me up if you want, lover.
I call my.
Hey, long time.
We shall take lovers' walks together.
Shit, what was I saying?
Doesn't matter. We're not talking about we're not talking about motorcycles anymore.
No, we are. We're talking about something better. It's doing greater good for motorcycles, and
I'm like a charity rider now, Bri.
Yeah.
Okay, first off, I commend you for doing what you did. You are doing great deeds, and you are documenting a wonderful time in a child's life. But let's not forget that you're enjoying the shit out of your 8 Amazon deliveries a day.
Fair. That's fair. That's very fair.
TDK, I just lift up that box of mics. I just wanted to show you what's going to happen.
Yes. I'm going to have to get me one of those coins here very soon.
Those are nice.
That's the one that Twister gave me at I just met up with her at this rally here in Austin. This is for my first ride, my first Mile Monster ride.
Kelfire, so getting involved with Mile Monsters is actually really simple. I mean, you can find them on Facebook. There's the Mile Monsters Inc. page. There's also the Mile Monsters group. But anybody can put together a ride and do a fundraiser for Mile Monster, which is an amazing thing. There's been people this year that, I mean, a few riders that they've never even done, basically like a Saddle Store 1000 or ride 1K in a day. And so they wanted to challenge themselves and, put together, made it a fundraiser for Mile Monsters, got in touch with Riot and, set up the ride, set up, their fundraiser page, which, I mean, I can help you get in touch with Riot, and anybody can join and be part of Mile Monsters. It's, it's all part of that whole, family growing more. And as you get involved with especially with the group, you get to see more videos, you get more interaction with the boys that we're all trying to help and, help these boys live their best lives. And it is an amazing group to be part of. It's I think it's really easy. Even, Jason could say now it's like a family. You get to know these boys personally and, even supporting the other riders. I mean, because like right now with the Monster 100, there's 2 riders every day out riding at least 1,000 miles. There was Brandon Myers. The dude did 1,538 miles. I think that was yesterday. Yeah.
1,500 what miles and how many?
It was like 20. It was 1,538, like 23 hours or 22 hours.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
And But yeah, I mean, every day people are riding for it, during the Monster 100 event. But I mean,
That's
you
right,
got the
Mike.
the
Don't
100
do those
event
anybody.
coming. It's like started last year, the Monsters Over Mountains, which is going to run again this year in August after the week after Sturgis. But anybody can be part of it. It's not just, an elite group. It's anybody can join up and put together a ride and be part of Mile Monsters. And it is absolutely an awesome organization to be part of. For anybody that loves riding, it's like you can take your riding and, do something you love for an amazing cause, and amazing good. And it's super cool. I mean, feel free. I mean, shoot me a message. Whatnot. We can get in touch and I can give you more information. And, if you want to do something for it, hey, that's awesome. And I will gladly help you set up anything you need.
Do epic shit.
That's right.
Motto. And so, yeah, I mean, it's, taking an 8-year-old kid to every Harley dealership in Texas. That's pretty epic. Riding, Hopper's ride again, with 200 riders. That's pretty damn epic. It's a great way to bring awareness, and I'm happy to be a part of it.
Yeah, likewise. I'm honored to be a part of it. It's been a lot of fun. Even when I heard about it before it started, and the great thing, I became amazing friends with Ride. I talk to him a couple times a month, and get little sneak peeks on events that are coming, and it's amazing what he's envisioned and how it's grown, and the support within the community. So many people came on board, and now taking on more boys and more families into it, because his motto is like he'd rather do more for fewer than say take on 100 boys, but be able to just do little bits for them. And so it's
Right.
like he'd rather do fewer to be able to do more for these boys. And as it grows, he's slowly taking on more boys, and his the nonprofit is growing, and it's turned into a full-time job for him now. This is what he's devoted his life to, and now it's what he does, and literally full-time.
It's pretty humbling. You know what I mean? And it's like,
Yeah.
At first, I always keep this stuff arm's length, away, and I try to like let it simmer, and because you don't always know everybody's motivation. You know what I mean? But the more that I watched and the more that I was, seeing, what was going on, it's pretty awesome to see people from all over the country, all over the world, really. For example, right? I did an EMT ride for the Monster 100, which means that somebody couldn't make their ride. So I stepped in for them and did their ride. My ride's not till July 26th, which I'm kind of chomping at the bit because I feel like I got a great idea. But, just stepping in and for that one person, and I think that person's already stepped in for somebody else, and just there's a lot of camaraderie there. And that was the first time that ride for me was the first time I can honestly say I ever rode my motorcycle for somebody else. And it sounds kind of weird to say it, but I mean, I'm not going to lie. I mean, I had a great time. Don't get me wrong, but I set aside that day, you know what I mean? And I even tried to vlog a little bit, and I kind of tried to take Drew along with me, because he'll never be able to see what I saw that day, you know what I mean? So just like kind of taking him along and taking some videos. Hey, Drew, this is, these are the speed limits here in Texas, and this is what, this is murals, and this is the, this and that or whatever. It was pretty cool, and I'm really looking forward to doing more stuff like that. So thank you, Denver.
Man, I think it's awesome, man. It's really cool that, you came into it and, jumped at the chance to do an EMT ride, which, became what they termed as, emergency monster time. And, I thought it was great how you and Riot were actually riding the same day. So you kind of, how many state lines can you cross in one day? And, seeing the chat going through the Monster 100 group, but it was comical. It's a lot of fun to watch it and see the places where everybody's riding. And I can't wait to see at the end of the year, because Hopper created the Monster group ride in the Spot Walla.
Mm-hmm.
So at the end of the ride, there's going to be a map where everybody's ride is going to be in the Spot Walla map. So, it'd be cool if they print it out, make a photo or something out of it. So, basically you join the Spot Walla group the evening before your ride or that morning, however you want to do it. And your ride will be tracked, and everybody's rides is going to be on that one map at the end of the run.
Right? We're talking about riding our motorcycle.
I thought we were talking about CVOs. I drifted off.
Well, we've got that whole ADD squirrel sidetrack. Fucking squirrel. Now let's go down this road, and we've got past CVOs and installs, and now we're talking about riding.
I didn't even think we started. All right. Okay.
If there's not a Dunkin' on the route, Bry's not going.
There's nothing what?
If there's not a Dunkin'.
Yeah, if there's not a Dunkin' on the route, Bry's not going.
Hey, Bry is now going to be expanding his horizons to Starbucks.
Yeah.
Oh,
my
you
sponsors do
traitor.
not allow me to go there. So
Yeah. Hey, Bry, you should show Jason your cup.
he's gonna love it.
Oh, he will.
All right. So yeah, I know what you're saying. Well, I didn't know they even had V Twin coffee mugs. You're like, well, what's that about?
Dang.
Oh no,
Dude.
my friend. That is not the glory of this cup. Hold on, let's get to
Well, what's wrong with your camera? You got some peasant shit over there? You can't forget it to focus?
There you go. It's my M200. But you ready? Look at that.
Yep. Dun, dun, dun. Oh,
I am
yeah.
not from Seattle, bitches.
Yeah,
I
hashtag
get it
not
because
from
your camera
Seattle.
sucks,
I mean-
but I know what it says.
Don't worry, there
You
could
should
be some
upgrade
more
to
of
a
those
full
in the
frame,
mail.
Right? You should get a full frame camera there.
Well, you know what the problem is? It's because it's got face tracking and it doesn't like the mermaid.
Or maybe it's just like how Jason said, you're running some peasant shit there.
You just got some peasant shit over there. You need a full frame.
Fucker, you didn't even know what full frame was, dude. Jason's acting all like he went to cinematography school. He went to Brian school. What the fuck do I put in my Amazon cart?
Well, and you rode that train, didn't you?
Yeah.
All of this. Just do it.
Look, I mean, come on, man. Look, do you see those? They're gorgeous.
Dude, I love those, dude. I'm so glad I am happy. Look, this is what I meant to say earlier. GoPro needs to step up their damn audio game, and they need something like that instead of the media mod or that audio adapter bullshit that they got now, where the only time that you can record audio outside of the mic, using an external mic is some other proprietary bullshit. Just build it in. Charge another $50 for the GoPro.
But that's why you have the DJI the DJI Action will hook up with those mics natively. You don't have to worry about it.
Right. That's what I'm saying. GoPro needs to step up their shit.
No, you just need to buy better cameras.
I will argue that GoPro has got the image part of this game on lock.
But you can't mic it. Audio trumps video every
That's
single
why
time.
I'm saying they need to step up their audio game. They already got the video figured out. You did not win this one.
Oh, I do.
That's right. Me and DDK are just going to sit back here and watch the
Yeah, y'all
techie show
got
go.
all you want because it's all Greek to me.
So
Brian's over there. Brian's over there
Turn
like,
it off.
I've been sitting over here waiting for this moment for 3 hours.
no, you know what I'm waiting for? I'm waiting for the UPS guy to show up tomorrow because I got a DJI Flow arriving. So I'm ready, baby. Going next level.
The DJI what?
Not DJI, Insta 360 Flow. It's their new gimbal
Oh.
because I'm bougie.
Jason's like, oh, shit.
Hold on a second. Let me look at my Amazon cart.
How do I get that?
You can have something I don't. Damn.
It just shows up an hour later. He's like, look, got mine already.
Yeah, I think I have more cameras than I do videos.
I think Jason's on that fucking drone delivery schedule.
DDK's got triple mics now, too.
Y'all aren't?
Yeah.
Y'all don't
he's
get drone
ready.
deliveries?
Yeah. You
No,
don't?
no.
We even
Yeah,
have the electric trucks here.
Mine's the peasant shit.
Mine's the best.
Sometimes you just need to find the right one. You don't have to go crazy. If it makes you happy, it makes you happy. Who cares?
Yeah, you just need to find the right one and then block your friends like Bry.
How was I detrimental to you?
I've got gear I've got gray cards and shit I've never opened. I've got
that sounds like you problem. It doesn't sound
I've got more shit that I got a slider I've never taken out of the cellophane. You're like, check out the slider.
Hey,
Like-
Jason, if you got all this gear just sitting there, you have my address.
Dick.
Bride has that influence on people. Poor old Bob, Robert. I mean, hanging around with Bride broke him with cameras.
Yeah, this is Bry's. Look, this is what he's not going to tell you. He is a Canon DJI GoPro shill. Okay, what he does is he gets a monthly salary from each of these companies. He doesn't tell you about Free World. He gets
I forgot about
this.
them.
Yeah, he gets all this, and he's like, he slides up in everybody's DM, and he's like, "Have you seen the new Free World monitor? I mean, it's amazing. I mean, have you seen it?" I'm like, I didn't even know what the hell a monitor was. I thought it was a computer monitor. I was like, oh yeah, I've got lots of monitors. He's like, no, a camera monitor, so you can view your camera shit. And I'm like, I don't really know what it does, but I think I gotta have it. And then Free World flies them out to Japan, and they're like, Brian, this month you didn't do as well as you did last month, but we'll work on it. And then so he has all this shit with Canon. He has this stuff like B&H Video. What is that? What is that company called, Brian? B&H what?
B&H Photo.
I'm getting deliveries.
B&H is only their warehouse is only 2 miles from my house.
Oh, good job.
Coincidence? I think not.
I mean, look.
I got an amazing wife. She just delivered me Pizza Hut.
Damn.
She's trying to keep you out there.
Oh, could be. She even made a drink and brought me another bourbon. I have an amazing wife. I do. So, how much gear do you have you're not using, Jason? I'm just curious. What do you got?
How much gear am I not using? Well, obviously more than I'm using.
Okay.
What's my tank bag? And I hope nobody's watching this and is going to rob me when they see me.
I just bought one of those too. It just showed up 2 days ago.
Oh, dude, it's game changer. I love it. I hate that phrase too, but I love my game. I love my tank bag. Anyways, my tank bag at any given time has a couple $300 worth of batteries, right? It has 2 or 3 GoPros.
What's up, Dr. Harley?
And this isn't the GoPros that I'm talking about. Like, I'm just saying, like, I've got extra GoPros because, like, sometimes I'll put one on the saddlebag and then I'll do another handheld. This is why I'm vlogging, right? And then recently I added to the collection the Pocket 2 camera, which is a little cumbersome because it's long. It sticks out of my tank bag, but I created a mounting system for it. So there's that.
I said you just described the Pocket Rocket.
Pocket Rocket?
Well, see, I also thought of the tank bag to like throw some snacks in, like, when you're mobbing these miles, like we enjoy doing and shit.
Oh yeah,
having some snacks when you're eating and shit. Oh fuck, that's what I was thinking about. Some fucking snack bars, some beef jerky, and then plus
pills. I got some caffeine pills and a lot of camera gear.
In a place to put my receipts.
When you're on a ride, how many cameras did you actually run?
Oh, that's the humorous part, right? So it's just like, so I have the vlogging setup, right, which is the chin and the handlebars, and then those run the most out of all of them, and then I have a handheld that I'll try to shoot things around me.
Oh, right? Vicky, I love it. Filled with batteries and Tums.
The Tums I keep in my pocket, honey. And then I have another GoPro that I will kind of move around on the bike, just depending, so I have mounts in different places. So if I'm like, oh, I want to get a front tire shot, so then I'll reach down and I'll clip it onto the mount that I have there, or my back saddlebag or something like that. So, yeah. And then I have the rain camera, which is my Senna. I have a 50C. And so I try to put all my cameras in some kind of weatherproofing because I've destroyed all the weatherproofing on all my cameras. So like when it starts raining, I'll put them somewhere and then I'll just record with my
So, anybody want to watch Jason log off in 3 seconds? Ready? Wait for it. Jason, let's talk about your latest video. Boom!
Jesus, Bri, that was rude.
That dude puts out like one video a year. It's a good video, but that's all he's got. Come back. We were joking. Oh, Fat Clyde's here. What's up, buddy?
There's something.
Do you have a desk gimbal? Sometimes I have this gimbal right here just in case like I need to film something.
Yeah, I got one just like that because
You do
you
the same
recommended
one?
it.
Hey, we got those for free. Don't
They won't stop. They won't leave me alone. Like they keep reaching out and they're like, "Hey, we got more shit for you to try." I'm like, "I didn't even do a video on the last one."
Oh. Cal Fire's got jokes.
She is a wonderful human being.
Yeah, I look forward to meeting her and Fat Lad.
That girl took out packages for us and was very nice to give us these gifts. And I don't know how the hell they fit in her bike. It was like that Mary Poppins thing. She's just pulling stuff out of her bike. I'm like, your bike's not that big. It was a good time.
She's hot.
Are you Brian? Did you ever make up your mind if you're coming in October?
I'm not 100% sure.
Still not sure.
Yeah, I'm dealing with some. No, I'm not dealing with some stuff. I've got to make some decisions because my kid graduates this year and we want to take him away, and we're trying to do that. And then I have to go down to see Custom Dynamics. That's on my solo ride list. Potentially with Kate. So we'll see.
I'm actually looking forward to that because there's going to be quite a few people that we talk to a lot. You know, Dez, the Thumpers, and
if Kate was coming with me, I wouldn't mind it. The problem is I'm going to eat up at least a week. So I don't know. We'll see how it plays out. Jason's going to say something. Look at his face. He's like, I'm crazy.
It's stewing.
Burning.
Fat Lad, I'll probably be going
teach me how
down
to
in
use my 360.
Dallas, so I'll be there probably all week. Sorry, I was answering Fat Lad's question.
How the hell is the host going to be dipping out like this?
Shut up, Jason.
We don't care if you're eating pizza, dude. You can eat pizza on live. It don't matter.
Yo, Dr. Harley.
I know.
Dr. Harley's got a CVO. You know how I knew? He told me.
I'm surprised with your money, Bri, that you just didn't go the CVO route.
Did you see those wheels that he had powder coated?
Yeah, they look good.
those are sweet looking.
You can't buy a CVO. You gotta keep the humble. I work in my driveway allegedly on my bike. That's really the thing I go with, you know.
Your CVO is the Custom Dynamics getting lights on it right now, ain't it?
Whoa. NDA, my friend. NDA. You can't talk about things. You're not privy to those conversations. I don't want to spoil it, but when Harley announces their new baseball hat lineups, it's gonna be me. You're gonna see me like whip off my hat. Be like, Bri the biker. Who the hell's he? People hang.
Are they doing the shoot in the parking lot at Duncan's?
You son of a bitch. I personally reached out to the CEO of Advan and said, look at DDK's bike. It looks amazing. And this is how you treat me? The first thing he said, no joke, when I sent him this picture, he's like, can I post these? I'm like, well, they're not mine. You might want to get approval before you do that.
I mean, in all fairness, you reached out to the CEO of Dunkin' Donuts, too.
Again, allegedly. It's all about subtle marketing. You know, you can't.
Product placement is a thing.
It is.
Overbearing.
Right.
No, I mean, you know, it is. That reminds me. Have you seen these DJI mics? I mean, if you want audio quality,
It's almost as good if you've seen these Indie Ridge boots.
He's looking. Look at him. Look at him.
Yeah.
He got boxes all around him.
got these New Balances. They're pretty cool.
You mow the lawn? Oh, those aren't Velcro. Come on, step up your game.
Yeah.
In fairness, he's not riding a Goldwing.
Oh, okay. All right.
The Velcro New Balance come with Goldwings. The lace-up New Balance. It's a different game altogether.
Right.
You
Like
guys
a
are
Honda Shadow lineup, you know.
when they release the 2024 lineup at Duncan. I mean, I'm in that video. Your jokes are all going to be yours, my friends. They're gonna cut away, and it's gonna be like me getting out of my car in slow mo with my Duncan. Brian the biker.
Hey, so would anybody on this distinguished panel here first of all, DDK, I don't know, do you own a CVO?
I think that should
Okay.
answer that.
So would anybody be inclined to buy a CVO based off of the paint?
No, I mean it is that whiskey neat is absolutely fucking beautiful, but
It is beautiful. It's very beautiful. It is a beautiful
To
bike.
me, it's the 121 and the paint.
So
I'm
I will say that the 121, right? So I'm like, I was telling my son the other day, I'm happy that, you know, I'm a little frustrated that the 131 seemed to have missed its calling, so to speak, right? It's like it's already a thing of the past. You know, I was thinking that when I bought that bike in the 131 that this was going to be a production bike in a couple of years, but they just went right past it into the VVT, and now they're doing 121, and I think 135 also, right? Didn't that?
Yeah, that's
out there
new.
somewhere.
Yep.
So I'm a little frustrated about that, but I was telling my son, I was like, what I'm happy about is that whenever I decide to buy a new bike, I'm not going to have to go less than a 131, because I'll tell you, man, nobody needs a rocket ship until you ride in one. Then it's like you can't go backwards, you know. But I don't know that the paint is good, because like my bike is, you know, I mean, I wrecked it, but outside of that, it's still just kind of trashed, you know, like my bike's blacked out with, you know, silver paint, right? So it's like the forks are black, and you can see every single spot a rock has hit it. You know what I mean? And if I was riding a bike with a $10,000 paint job, I'd be freaking pissed. You know what I mean?
Got a point.
I mean, like a beautiful bike is just that. You know, you put it up on the shelf and you admire it. But something that you're going to put down, you know, a whole bunch of miles on.
See, that's the reason you buy a limited, and then you spend a fortune with Advan Black.
That does make the best color match aftermarket products on the market.
You shill.
Yeah,
I can't with you, Bri. I just can't.
Sometimes Gator wants some walk around money. Sometimes
Gator don't pay no shit.
No shit. Never was about that shit. You know, I'm just a little butthurt that Harley didn't have me in the video.
I don't know. I think that
the guy with the new CVO sawing it around the corners.
I think they're really awesome bikes. Not just the new lineup, but all of them. I mean, they all look really nice. But you know, I remember whenever I was looking to, I had priced out building a 131 whenever I bought my bike, and I remember a couple salesmen where they were like, "Dude, you could get a CVO for what this is going to cost you to get the 131." Like, does the CVO go faster? I mean, what do I give a shit? You know, I'm going to ride the shit out of this bike. You know, I don't know.
Well, and I think that's the problem, right? If it's your money, you do whatever you want. But I don't see the value in buying a paint job when you think about what that money could get you. Right?
Good point.
$1 bump. That's my pipes. That's my tune.
Right.
That's my Mustang. You know, depending on
Well, think about it. The new color is a $6,000 option on top of the CVO price.
Yeah, that's a little fucking steep for a paint. I mean, fuck.
That's
those CVOs. What are those CVOs? Got to start at 65, huh? 60, 65.
What you could do with that
mid 40s.
Oh,
I think it was 42.99 for the silver, and then the whiskey neat was like 49.
For
MSRP.
a CVO
MSRP. No, with the 121.
So
Yeah, that's the
one is
MSRP.
special. It's not even a limited. Because once you go limited, you don't go back. Okay, everybody just stopped. Everybody's like, what?
Yeah. What did I miss?
I'm saying if you're gonna spend that much money and that's only a special, why wouldn't you want an ultra? Shiny things just came up to Jason. He's like, look, shiny thing. Yo,
Oh shit, Stevie's in the house.
Youngsters in the house. He's another Advan guy.
Stevie.
Stevie, what's going on, my brother?
I don't know why I did the make thing. Oh, he doesn't make. I thought that was an Australian thing. And then I started,
Hey, don't
watching his
insult the
videos.
guy. Jeepers.
That wasn't an insult. That's just I'm a culture idiot. I didn't know that mate was just local to down under. It's a Canadian thing too.
No, he's from the UK.
Oh well, there you go. Well, shit. No wonder he doesn't talk like diesel hog lugs.
Yeah.
What happened to Brad's Instagram? Taco. I noticed it's been deleted or something. Do you know anything? You know what's going on? Brad. He was Diesel Hog Vlogs, and then he gave up.
I don't know.
And then he went to Hey, whoa! Did you just cross streams on me?
What?
Did you cross streams on me?
No. What do you mean?
Did we go banana pudding and then we went to Java? What is this?
That's Java.
See, I started with banana pudding.
Huh?
I started with banana pudding.
That's why we don't have nice
Oh, I
things.
didn't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll deal.
Jason,
I'll deal
just
with it. I'll
just
deal
do
with
what
it.
you gotta do.
You mean Java? It's okay. It's all right. I'll make do. I mean,
I hope it's going to be okay, Jason. You're going to be all right?
yeah. I mean, well, I'm kind of wasted. Are you crazy?
I mean, the
not
Mai
the shit I was-
Tais aren't good enough. You got to go even more fruitier.
Whatever.
Whatever.
See, we were
fruity.
talking CVOs. What the hell? What happened?
I don't know. You used to be all fruity talking bananas and butterscotch, and I don't know what the fuck you're going on.
Stevie didn't answer my question. Am I muted? Did y'all mute me?
Nope. Right there.
No. A new one other than Taco? Stevie?
No. You're talking about the mate. There you go.
Yeah. Anyway, moving right along.
Okay.
So, about them CVOs.
Yeah. I want one.
I do too. To be honest, I think they're bitching. I really love the infotainment center. And did you say 42,000
For the silver, and then it was 48.9, I think was what Brian or somebody had piped up. They looked up for the whiskey neat.
See, that's kind of nut. I mean, it's stupid, but
for Harley, that looks like the.
Okay. Brian's over there playing with other videos.
no.
I know. Yeah, the whiskey neat. I thought we were looking at was like a $7,000 increase for the whiskey neat color.
So when I bought mine, it was 40 and some change, 42, 40. It was 40 something. And I remember it was, the salesman was like, you can get a CVO for that. I got you, Stevie. Thanks. I see where I rank on his list. Anyway, so it seems kind of weird that was what year are we in? 22, 23? So 3 years ago, the prices are the same, and now you got all this technology. Of course, it's first version. That's something else too. What do you think about the first version of all this shit?
That's what time's gonna tell. That's always the thing that when you buy the first version, brand new year, all this brand new shit. The way I've always looked is you still got some bugs you got to work out.
Yeah, let's talk about the M8. right? So it's like
I mean, how much? I think you have more experience with that, Jason, than a lot of people with the issues that you've had. Coming out being fucking plastic keepers and the push rods and shit. Jesus Christ!
oh man, yeah. Well, and so I didn't build my bike, right? So like I don't know all
Denver.
those things
Yo,
that people that.
I got to step away for a second. I'll be
all right, buddy.
back. Just let me come back in.
Yeah,
That's
no
it.
problem.
Oh, everybody, let's stop the show. Bry's got something to say. I like giving that guy a hard time.
Later, Steve-O. Yeah, go ahead. I mean, yeah, you've kind of found out the issues. I mean, you've had some trials and tribulations and left on the side of the road a few times. And
I will say my 2004 electric ride never left me stranded. It did some weird shit. It made some funny noises. It didn't run right, but it always got me where I needed to go. Kuda, man, she's just like, I'm done. Pull over. I'm done with this. Pull over. Like, we're in Colorado, girl. What the hell? Yeah.
or New Mexico, or
So
Yeah.
I don't like to fly. My last corporate job was in 2006, and for anybody that's listening, and I was like my last job, right? I was flying to Florida from Texas twice a month, there and back, right? So it was like every flight I took, the worse it got. I just hate flying, and then plus all the Final Destination movies and shit didn't help, but I had to get over that fear after I bought this bike because I'm like, the only way I can get home is if I'm flying. Shit. Oh, that's been fun. So I've been racking up some good airline miles for somebody who doesn't like to fly, but I sure like to ride. So there's that.
hey, but think of those airline miles now that you're with Mile Monsters. It's a great way to help the cause with some of that.
Yeah, for sure. But I fly Southwest. They're looking for AAA or AA.
Wow.
But yeah, dude, whenever we met up together, right? It was we split ways at what was that place called? The Hog Pen?
The Boar's Nest.
The Boar's Nest.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whenever we split from there, I was like, man, what a great trip. And then so my bike started making noises and getting moody. Whenever I finally shelled out, and then I had to get towed to that Harley there in Colorado, I remember thinking, okay, I'm going to have to fly home, but I'm super grateful that I got to do all this riding with you guys and didn't have any problems while I was riding. It would have sucked to have been broke down on Needles Highway,
Or
It
like me,
sucked.
broke down on Saturday when, and we spent the day at the fucking dealership with my bike at the
Yeah,
shop.
but you broke down at a Harley dealership, dude. That don't count. That's amazing. Actually, it's like,
Except
who
what
gets that?
sucks is that was parts I just replaced not even 5,000 miles
Yeah,
prior.
but you weren't out anything. We got to hang out with the Mile Monsters and
This
all the
is
Hope
true.
Hey people. And
We did get to meet a lot of people. It was a fun day, but it would have been nice to do a little bit of riding that day. But, it is what it is. It was still a lot of fun.
if we would have left out straight from the motel and bypassed Rapid City that morning, we would have been freaking hosed. You'd have been up the side of a mountain somewhere, and then that would have been expensive.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Hey, I have that AAA towing for so far with
Yes,
motorcycle,
Kelfire, just like running out of gas at a gas station. Exactly
Right.
right. Who the hell's going to bitch about that?
Yeah.
This guy.
But hey, at least
you
they
ran out of gas and was able to coast into the gas station.
at least they did have the parts and were able to squeeze me in that day. It just took all day.
That was kind of interesting, though. At the end of the day, they test rode your bike like 3 times, and it was like something still wasn't. Oh, they put on faulty parts, whatever it was.
Yeah, they put on the new voltage regulator and it failed right out of the box.
Oh man!
And so they put on another one.
That's another great example of perfect timing. They fixed your bike, and it was like, well, the parts that we put on were faulty. I would have been halfway to Texas and have been like, hey, my shit's broke down again. And you got it all.
But I will say
squared away
what's
there in
great
the
is
same trip.
They put the brand new ones on, took it for a ride. It's not right. Come back again, play with shit. Took it for a ride, come back, and took it for another ride. Comes back and it's working. And the dealership did say, "Hey, the brand new regulator, it failed." He's like, "Bad news is the parts department's closed." And this is a Saturday. I'm like, "Well, I know it ain't open on Sunday, and I'm leaving Monday." He's like, "I know." They're like, "We have another one." He goes, "The box has been opened. It's on the technician's toolbox. We tested it works. We put it on your bike. Everything's working." He goes, "We want to leave it on there." He goes, "How about we make things right?" And he goes, "We'll refund you the, what was it, $350 something for the regulator." He goes, "This regulator's on us. You're not paying for it." He goes, "Is that fair to you?" I'm like, "Sounds good. That works."
Yeah. If you all remember when we started the story, he was bitching about it. He was bitching about being broke down. You got.
Hey, stop it.
I'm just saying. I'm just putting some shit out.
It did work out. We
So
did
what-
get a lot of fun on Sunday, and
My
some epic
primary,
riding.
my primary oil looked like glitter oil. It looked like something straight off a stripper. It was just shiny and glimmering, and you're like, "Oh, I broke down at the dealership," and then they fixed all the everything, and they had to put on parts, and they gave them to me because it was cumbersome. I had glitter oil, dude.
Hey,
So
food is
you had
special.
issues
Okay?
in the primary was what was wrong with your bike?
I had lifter keepers that were plastic. That's by design from Harley. And so what happened was the lifter keeper would open up and it would allow the lifter to spin 360 degrees, and it's not supposed to, right? So the roller that's on the bottom of the lifter, it's everything is good and it's in alignment, right? And then that keeper would open up and then the lifter would turn 90 degrees. Now the tech was telling me, and I get this everywhere I go, but the tech was telling me, he's like, "I've never seen this before. Normally, if a lifter spins like that, it just explodes. Mine, the cam actually cut a path into the roller at the bottom of the lifter so that it didn't matter which way it would still spin, it would still kind of work. So until it stopped. But yeah, the lifter keepers are plastic in a 131 build. And I was like, that seems like something that should have been upgraded. So I took that opportunity to upgrade it.
Well, it's like, when Black Hills did, my bike, I got back home from that ride, did one more ride, and came home and had a lot of bad noise in my engine. Pull it apart, and Black Hills, the technician, actually put my primary chain tensioner shoe in backwards because I'm not running the stock one. I'm running the HB121. And they'd installed it backwards. And I took pictures of everything. I went a couple rounds with it, got it fixed. I called them, and kudos to them. I talked to the manager of the place, and he made it right. Actually refunded half my money for that, what I paid for them, because I ended up having to work on my own bike and fix their fuck up. The shoes look the same, but on the stock one, the shoe goes the other direction, and they put mine in backwards. He didn't, whether he paid attention, that's not actually the stock tensioner, it's a different one, but luckily it didn't do any bad damage. And it's like they told me, it was, "Hey, take it for a ride. If there's any problems, take it to whatever dealership you want, we'll cover it." But I was able, after about 4,000 miles, it wouldn't keep tension because the shoe was installed backwards. But, they sent me money and refunded half my money for that bill, and she's happy.
Off to the races.
Yep.
Yeah, Doc Harley. Doc Harley. Yeah, I had a couple buffaloes here. My bad. Harleys run on beer and stripper glitter. Yeah, they do. Until they don't.
Till they don't.
That's
all right.
I was pretty surprised to learn, out of all the high performance shit that's in that kit, the stuff that they skimped out on, and then so while I was in Colorado, I said, "Look, dude," I said, "I'm coming up on the end of my warranty." I said, "I still got an EM seltzer beer. I still have an EMP." I was like, "What would you do to mitigate any of this plastic bullshit in this motor? You know it better than I do." So then, he made us a pretty, he made a pretty generous, not conservative list. Rocker arms and just some other plastic shit. And then I was like, get all that shit out of there. I just want to ride my bike, and that was the whole reason why I bought the bike the way that I did, because I don't work on, I don't want to work on shit. You know what I mean? I don't want to be stuck on the road trying to tinker and figure shit out. Now, knowing what I know now, though, I think I'd have a different approach. I don't know that I'll ever buy a new Harley again.
It just makes no sense to put plastic pieces in the internals of a motor.
Agreed.
I don't understand that.
Agreed. I'd be really curious to know how the new 135s and 121s are built.
Very true.
And then too, right? The whole VVT part, the whole VVT aspect of this is this will be a new thing, right? So I'm definitely not going to be first in on the V1.0 version 1.0 on this deal. So I'm kind of in a weird spot with my bike. I'm really happy with it, and I got about 60 something thousand miles on it. I didn't do a lot of riding last year, but I'm probably gonna roll 100 on it, and then I'll try to figure it out from there. But I just don't, I'm not gonna be able to get anything for it now, especially since it's been wrecked, and it's like a new bike. They replaced everything but the drivetrain on the thing.
I mean, you've spent a lot of money fixing it and getting it to reliable to where you can just really enjoy it and fucking ride the shit out of it. I mean, you see a lot of guys, you're part of the long distance riders forum, and there's guys with those M8s with some serious fucking mileage. They keep up on the daily maintenance and shit seems to go and maintain well. Same, that fact with the twin cams. I mean, I'm pretty high mileage on mine, but I, keep up with the daily stuff and knock on wood, and she still treats me well.
What do you ride, DDK?
14 Ultra Limited.
So have you rode a shark? I'm going to sound like an asshole, but have you rode a road glide before? Have you test rode one?
No, I've only sat on one first time a couple of weeks ago.
Nice.
And I do like. I've heard people talk about the road glide owners about how it feels like you got more room. I can see that. I'm just not a fan of the fairing. I just can't.
I don't like the fairing. I didn't like the fairing from the pilot's point of view, right? Like what I really liked about my electric glide was everything was right there. You know what I mean? Like the radio and all the shit. It was just like I didn't have to fully extend my arm to reach any of this shit. I really liked that. And so whenever I first started looking at my road glide or a road glide, I was like, dude, it just feels like there's a mile between me and the dash. And I didn't like that. Everybody at the time was trying to sell me on that's a good thing, and I was like, I disagree. I feel I really like what I like about the bat wings, or that I feel more part of the bike. I don't feel like there's all this space. I don't want a bunch of space. I've always liked the way that it looks as it's passing you. You know what I mean? The dual headlights, and then that, just that whole deal. I've always thought that was pretty sharp, but I was like, man, I started looking at getting a road glide, and I was like, man, I don't know. I don't know that I'm committed. And then I rode one. And then so we were me and my brother, we went riding out to Missouri, and we did the Ozarks, and we did Hot Springs, and we did all that back in 2020. And I was happy. I had my I had my 04. It was paid for. It didn't have any. Everything was great. Bike ran good. It was an 88, but I mean, my brother just bought a new. I think it was a 2019 electric glide, and like we could keep up. It wasn't a big deal. I mean, I had a 5-speed on that bike, and I just rode shit out of it. It was a fun bike. And then, on the way back, we were collecting poker chips, and I would just ask a little bit more questions, a little bit more questions, a little bit more questions. And then finally, everybody offered me to ride one. And I was like, no. The last stop, we were at College Station in Texas there, and that was our last stop before we got home. And I was getting service done to my bike, and we were, it was going to be, a few hours. And I was like, hey, man, can I demo one of these bikes so we can go get something to eat? And he's like, yeah, sure. Absolutely. Of course. Absolutely. So me and my brother, we went out on a ride or whatever. And I was like, it was fun. It was cool. It was a nice bike. Right. But so whenever we got about halfway through the ride, and I told my brother, I was like, hey, do you want to swap? Do you want to try, ride it? And he's like, yeah, sure. So when we swapped and I got on his electric glide, we were at a parking spot, and then we went up a hill to the end of the driveway and then pulled onto the road. When we got up the hill, I thought I had like another 1,000 pounds on my handlebars. I was like, oh my God, how does anybody ride? I've been riding the same shit for, the whole week. You know what I mean? Like, that's my bike. But I was just like, oh my God, there's a huge difference there, And then, of course, all the shit that everybody tells you about the, the wind and all that stuff. That's fun. Crushing a lot of miles. As far as how they look, I don't know. Both bikes definitely have their appeal. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, they're essentially the same bike, other than just the way the fairing looks and the way it's mounted. But like I said, after sitting on that one, it was at the dealership too, and then
okay, I'll be right back.
And as I was sitting on, of course, they come out tried to give me a demo, and I went, no thanks. And they said, why not? And I said, no, I'm afraid I'd like it. So no, I'm not gonna ride it.
Yeah.
But it was the Baja Orange, and that they actually had the dealer actually blacked out, because I don't think those are an option at this point. But man, it was sharp. I mean, of course I like orange a lot.
Yeah.
And
well,
that Baja Orange blacked out was, God, that looked good.
There's they had that there's a specific name. Maybe it is the Baja Orange. I don't know, but they had an orange. I feel like Streak is in the name, but they had that orange with the black or gray.
You talking about the Scorch?
Scorched, yeah, that's the one. Oh man, I thought I was going to get one of those for a hot minute, man. I was like, man, that's a good looking bike.
Yeah. That Scorch Orange is good. It's nice.
Mm-hmm.
Mine's, like I said, mine's a 14, so it's the amber whiskey and the vivid black.
Oh, that's nice colors. I like the amber. A buddy of mine had a bike that color, and did that bike come just? Could you get a 14 just amber, not two-tone?
It only street glide. The Ultra didn't come solid amber whiskey.
Okay.
But street glide, you could get just straight amber whiskey.
Maybe, as I feel like I'm trying to remember. I feel like he said that his bike was one solid color, but he said, yeah, he's like that was his favorite bike he ever had.
Okay, there we go.
All better, D?
Oh yeah, I had to break the seal. Couldn't wait no longer.
Well, shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? I mean, it's just.
Oh yeah, totally. So what happens is you switch to the Shark Nation. It's greater.
I will say though, I'm pretty damn happy with my bike. I mean, there was some learning curves and there was some shit that we had to get through and whatever. But I really am. I'm a pretty big fan. I still, even now, I'm actually really happy with the thumb controls. My brother is just the opposite. He got a road glide also. And my brother, I see him all the time. He reaches over the front of the handlebars and he's jacking with the damn, I don't know. Anything that I need to know, I can get to it pretty quick. The thumb sticks, the joysticks, whatever.
Yeah,
mine's still old school. I don't have all that stuff because I'm riding a 2004.
Well, mine's the first year of the Rushmore, so it's got the boom and it's got all the hand controls.
I got an iPhone with Google Maps that goes on my handlebars.
So what's probably the only thing that I really use that boom for is finding gas stations, and it's actually pretty damn good for that. There's only been one time whenever I needed a gas station, and it was like, we had screwed up, and it was funny because we were on a trip. I think we were coming back from New Mexico, and we were we were running through Texas, and it was like 100 miles to the next gas station, and we were on a quarter of a tank, So we were like, we screwed up, what the hell? And we found a gas station that wasn't on the map, and that was like the only time that's ever happened to me. Most of the time, it's we're leaving in 8 days. I don't get it.
They're taking the epic adventure, the Pacific Northwest. They leave in 8 days.
Oh, well, shit. They're doing the Pacific, the PCH.
No, the Pacific Northwest. They're coming to my house, motherfucker.
Why I gotta be a motherfucker?
Well, you were talking about taking time off and riding and maybe heading this way. I don't know. I heard rumors of the band getting back together.
Denver, I'm gonna have to bail.
All right, buddy. Well, hey, thank you for coming and hanging out.
We're going to be going to an event tomorrow for traveling tiles, so I gotta get into bed.
Yeah, it is kind of late where you're at.
Yeah. Appreciate you having me on, Denver.
Hey, man, thank you for coming, hanging out, and talking and hanging out, man. It's a lot of fun.
I appreciate the invite.
Heck yeah, buddy.
Good to talk to you, Setcher.
Nice to meet you, bud.
All right.
Okay, so.
Okay, yeah. Okay. Sorry.
Givebutter.com/M100/Setzer pendants.
Wow.
That's going to get you one of these badass coins.
Or just that same address and just get rid of the Setzer pendants, just Denver Woods. Just saying.
I didn't get any coins made with that. Sorry, dude. All I got was the Setzer pendant stuff.
Oh.
I got to say, it looks sharp, though.
Wow, I thought you were a team player like that, looking out for people, but not just kidding. No, those do look really freaking cool, man. I think they're pretty fucking awesome.
I asked Riot, I was like, hey, dude, I was like, if I get some coins made, is it cool if I use the logo? The Monster 100 logo? And he's like, I don't give a shit, dude. Just do whatever's going to help raise money. I don't give a damn.
And he's awesome about that. It's like, when we did, we kind of changed the logo for the Monsters Over Mountains. And that's when he came, he goes, have you ever looked up the meaning of the medicine wheel? I'm like, well, no. And the thing with the medicine wheel, he goes, it's always changing. It never stays the same. He goes, so no, he goes, change. He goes, I would just love to get a copy of it so I can have it too. I'm like, dude, not a problem at all. Because the medicine wheel for Mile Monsters, and that's the logo. So, when he's kind of explained the history, then when I Googled and started reading it, it's it's forever changing.
I didn't know that. The medicine wheel is forever changing?
Yep, it never stays the same. It changes.
Really? So let's see here.
Yeah, because like when we took it, we kind of changed it. We put the Adams, Baker, Rainier, and Mount Hood. Those are the 4 big peaks of the Cascade. So we split the medicine wheel and put the 4 mountains in it, which are actually, if you were to look into history, do have some Native American history and with the mountains. I think it's Mount Adams and Mount St. Helens are, supposedly sister mountains. Because they're all, and they are all still active volcanoes. Okay, well, Jason hit the wrong button. No, it's just me. Maybe he'll come back. Maybe we'll be done. Oh, Setzer. No, it's been a good time hanging out, talking, shooting the shiznits, talking bikes and the passion we have and enjoying it. Nope. Wrong button, fool.
Oh, did I do that?
Oh, it's all fun and games.
Do you remember
somebody hit the wrong button?
You remember that? The family matters order? Did I do that? Urkel? Anyway.
Oh, yeah. Did I do that?
God, that so much was so aggravating.
Hey, Night Faglide? Oh, man, no kidding. That was a comical freaking show.
Shit, man.
I know.
Thanks for the invite.
Heck yeah, it's always fun. You know, it reminds me of hanging out in the parking lot that night in Montana. We ended up being the last couple out there.
That was funny, dude. I was like, I woke up the next morning and my brother was like, "Hey, dude, do you know Evil Knievel's buried in Butte, Montana, like 3 miles from where you're at?" No, I didn't. Denver, hey man, it was good seeing you guys. I'm gonna go right up the road. I'll be right back.
I know. It's like, I gotta go. I'm like, what? I'll be back. Evil Knievel's up the road.
Something I gotta see. There's something I gotta see.
Which is super cool. I wish I went and checked that out, but maybe I'll try to do that this year on the ride over there.
Yeah, I mean, you're close enough. Shit, that's a different part of the world for me.
Well, I mean, it's still a little ways away, but we'll figure out how far. I know Amy and I are going to leave on, I think it's the 4th of August on a Friday, and see how far we get on the first day and Saturday.
Is she going to follow you in the car?
No, she's riding with me.
Nice, very nice.
Yeah, got all the new suspension on the bike, and so we'll got the wild asses dialed in, and I think I got the rear suspension pretty well set up well, and plus got the brand new front forks and springs and everything in the front end's new.
What'd you go with?
Progressive.
Progressive?
Yeah. Well, the rear are drag specialties. They're adjustable 11 to 13, but they're actually made by Progressive, and my front forks are Progressive forks and springs and all the guts and everything. They're all brand new, all powder coated before I got them, and little hookup from Crash Inc. Thanks, Brad.
Nice, very nice.
Yeah, so I mean, and when I did the front forks, I did all new bearings, new wheel bearings, new neck bearings, everything in the front end is new. I figured why everything's coming off, why not change everything when you got everything coming off? I mean, it was a little bit more for the neck bearings, but you're right there. You got no forks in it, so why not just pull the neck out and throw new bearings in it and be good to go?
Yeah, that's kind of my philosophy on things, right? If you're in there part swapping, what else does this touch, and what else can you save down the road, right?
Well, and especially if you have everything off, if you want to change it, you would have to pull all that off. So why not just do it while you're there? It's same thing when I change tires. You got to pull your brake calipers and pull that off. So why not, when you do tires, change your brakes?
So my son has the same philosophy, except the problem with my son is that he's looking at part swap. His bike is a 2016 Road Glide, right? And he is damn near replaced. In fact, he has. After this weekend, he will have replaced everything except for the jugs and the crank. And he's got 60,000 miles on it. And I'm like, son, you're killing me, man. What the hell?
Well, I mean, you're not too far behind, really.
My shit was under warranty, Denver. Big difference.
Okay. We can go with that. But I guess it all comes back down to, making it yours.
Yeah, well, it's definitely his. Jesus Christ, man. I'm like...
Well, has he fixed the saddlebag from that little incident when it fell over?
No, he just he bought new saddlebags. He's got 2 silver saddlebags on his blue bike.
Oh, two-tone.
That's something. You could say that, I guess. No, I'm proud of him though. He's definitely making that bike his own. He went through he's went through phases on that bike. He was doing a lot of rolling burnouts for a while, and then wheelies and shit like that, and then it just started getting really expensive, and he's like, I think I'm just gonna dial it back a little bit. I'm like, son, I would really like to take a road trip with you outside of San Antonio. If you get your bike dialed in to where we can get more than 100 miles without you having to put oil or something in the damn thing, that would be awesome. So anyway.
Yeah, the whole reliability to go a little ways.
Yeah. So, but no, it's been pretty damn entertaining, I will say. our last trip, the last trip that we had is our whole Sensor Pendants crew. We did that Four Corners rally, and we met up with a couple guys, Kyle out of Odessa, and his brother actually came in from Baker, California, met us up in New Mexico, and so I was so nervous because I was like, son, look, we've all got reliable bikes. You know, I don't want to be stuck on the side of the road trying to fix your shit and trying to, figure it out or whatever. No, Dad, I'm good. I'm like, all right, cool. Day two is the bike's puking oil out of his breather all over his girlfriend. He had his girlfriend with him, and her whole dude. I thought we were gonna have to take her to the hospital. I was like, how are you not screaming in pain? She had blisters and shit from the oil that landed on her. She was wearing like some kind of capris, right? So her ankles were exposed and the whole bottom of her leg was exposed and just covered in oil. His bike started smoking real bad, and of course I always play the tail gunner, right? So I was like, hey dude, your bike's jacked up, and he's like, oh shit. So we all pulled over the side of the road, and Kyle was the hero on that trip though. He's got a bag like this big. He's got a bag this big on the back of his bike, and it's like the clown car, man. He's pulling shit out of it. He's like, oh yeah, I got oil, I got funnels, I got Jesus, man, how do you get all that shit in that bag? But yeah, like every 2 days, we went to the Four Corners rally, and every 2 days something was going on with Chase's bike. Usually it was spitting oil. So anyway, hopefully that'll be behind us come July.
Yeah.
So, but at least you'll be in your home state, it'll be a little better.
Yes.
No, that's gonna be an awesome ride. I can't wait to follow along that adventure. Like I said, at the end, a few months down the road when everything gets put together from what all the filming and whatnot you and Chase do, it's going to be fucking super awesome to see that. And even being able to have the families be able to see the videos and that can live on forever. It's a memory that will never go away. And that's the awesome part about doing the stuff on YouTube is it's documented and it's here forever.
Yeah. Yeah, at first that's kind of intimidating, right? Because it's like, you could always delete shit, but in theory, right? Once it's out there, it's out there.
Right.
So that can be intimidating, I think, for anybody that might be looking to get into, doing any kind of vlogging or anything like that. But yeah, man, I'm telling you, I'm pretty excited. I'm going to try to have something together before we get to the rally, before we get to Sturgis. I booked my room, by the way. I don't know if I told you.
I think because you're talking. I think what you're saying. You got a fucking killer deal on a room.
No, that was the other guy. I didn't get a killer deal. I was just happy to get one.
Oh, that was Frank. Okay, it was Frank that got a killer
Frank
deal.
Got the killer deal, yeah.
Yeah.
I did not get a killer deal. I just was able to get a room. Which, at this point in the game,
right.
I'm booking a month before or 2 months before Sturgis, so
I got a killer deal. Yeah.
You got the wild ass deal. You got a wild ass deal, man.
It's because I ride a wild ass.
I bought one. I bought a wild ass here the other day. I actually bought it for my EMT ride, but it didn't show up until after I got back. And I was going to swap it out with that Airhawk that I got. And I just haven't had a chance to since I've been back. The only riding I've been doing is at the office and back. So,
yeah, I got it for a little one the other day, but yeah, I'm ready. I got did all my got all my services done, so I'll be ready to go for Sturgis plus the Monster 100 ride, and got everything dialed in. And no, I'm excited.
Your ride's on the 17th.
Yeah, next Saturday, week from tomorrow.
Is it Kelp Fire or Silt Fire?
Kelp Fire.
Kelp Fire. Good night.
Night, Kelp Fire. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, give me a call this weekend when I can. We'll talk some monsters. I'll get you hooked up.
I just subscribed to her YouTube channel a little while ago. This is what I like about these lives. It's like you get exposed to people that you wouldn't. YouTube's. I don't know, man. I mean, YouTube's bad about not exposing smaller channels to smaller channels. You know what I mean?
No, that's a good point, and that's what's cool. I mean, a lot of the community, whatnot. You do some of these lives, and the people get to know whatnot. It's a lot of you get to know people that do a lives. A lot of the people tune in, and it's a lot of times you get a good percentage of people that are always here, but you build that network of friends, and it ends up going beyond just YouTube. And man, it's freaking amazing.
Yeah.
You get those friendships, and you build the networking, I guess you could call it. And no, it's really cool. It's a lot of fun.
Little Springer Mike. Yeah, y'all got a good deal. It's called home.
Yeah.
So I will say though, dude, those new CVOs, they're sharp looking bikes. Both of them.
That they are. It's like, I said earlier, I've always liked them. They're stylish, they look good. But these ones that came out, I can honestly say it's the first time it's like, I really fucking want one.
Yeah.
I can't afford it, but
well,
I love the styling. I love what they've done with these, and I think they look great. And it'll be like we said, you got version 1 of this new motor. I'd like to see a few bugs worked out of it, but
not just the motor, but the new infotainment center, the new fairing, the new
everything's doing. That's what I'm curious. I mean, they're going to have to, you would think, take these fairings and put those into next year's model of your Street Glide and Road Glide, because I don't see them making 2 different fairings
for
a Road Glide and the Street Glides. And oh no, this is only a CVO fairing. As this is, the other models. I don't see that.
Seems like that
happening.
would kind of be a disaster. I mean, but at the same time, right? It would also be they could probably charge more if the CVOs looked a certain way. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah,
But,
I mean, I guess you could flip the coin either way, but yeah. I'd be curious to see what happens with next year's models, your standard limiteds, specials or whatnot. Are they going to get the new looks, the new styling?
So did you see the damn headlights on those bikes are freaking bulbs? They're still bulbs. They're not LEDs.
I thought they said they were LEDs. No, I didn't see that. So HC Traveler said he's not too far from you. That's what they were saying. I thought, if I remember right.
HD Adventure Traveler.
He's down in Texas.
Where are you out of, man? HD, AV.
Maybe I'll comment here in a minute.
I met a guy when we were on a road trip. I met a guy at the Four Corners Monument, who actually lives like 15 minutes from me. And I don't remember his name. I know I followed him on Instagram, but I was like,
he's in the Austin area.
This is in the Austin area. Yeah, man. I was just through there. I went to the rally there at Central Texas Harley. I think it was last weekend. Yeah, last weekend.
Well, it's crazy. This whole thing with Mile March is Gavin's like 7 minutes from you. He's less than 10 minutes away. Same town.
Oh yeah, I think from my house in Shirts, I don't even think he's that far, dude. I think he's probably 5 minutes away, and I think that's being generous.
Yeah. So Dr. Harley says all the CVOs are 100% LEDs.
Oh, okay, that was my mistake. They kind of look like they were freaking bulbs still. So, well, I mean, at least, good job, Harley.
And I'll be curious to see, they're claiming that with the, like the Road Glide with the wraparound headlights are going to illuminate the side of the road more when you're riding.
Oh,
so I'll be curious to see how much that works.
I mean, anything's going to help, but that little sliver of light that comes around the side, that's not
right.
Shit. I've got those Denali D7s, those 11,000 lumen.
Yeah, those are bright as shit.
They are super bright. And I mean, that to me that's illuminating the sides. That's not,
Well, I mean, mine aren't as bright as you, but I mean, I got the Custom Dynamics of Pro Beam fog lights, and I have them slightly tilted out to where they light up the side of the road pretty fucking well at night.
Oh yeah, man. I'm gonna get another set of those damn D7s, dude. I don't know where I'm gonna put them though. I guess I'll put them on my lowers. The current ones that I have now, they're on the fairing. Dude, Harley made a mount. Harley made a mount for, and I forgot to send this to Brad, but Harley made a mount for blinkers, right? The blinkers on the shark nose that you can install auxiliary lights, and it's just this really super slick, badass bracket, and it goes all the way into the frame, and it's super solid, and I love it. And they're only like $100, I think. And the only thing is you got to cut a hole into the fairing, which is a little tricky because it's on an angle, right? So like the fairing comes up at this, and you got to drill a hole directly into the side of the fairing, and the fairing is curved in that area. Anyway, it can be done obviously because I did it, but oh dude, I love those brackets. Those brackets are so slick, so clean, so perfect, so useful.
I love the when I first got those Pro Beam fog lights, they sent me the crash bar mounts, and then about a month later they came out with a brake caliper mount. So now my fog lights are actually mounted on my brake calipers, so they will actually move with the front tire, which I really like.
Yeah. That's killer HD. Yeah, man, that's crazy, right? Professional monkeys out there in Florida. Y'all met somebody on his live stream and y'all are gonna go riding tomorrow. That's killer. Dude, I love that. That's awesome. You hear about that kind of stuff in this community.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I think I'm gonna get another set of those D7s because they're just stupid bright. You know, they're not Baja Designs bright. You know, those Baja lights are obnoxious. But
I've seen a few. Well, when I was down at Crash Inc., the two of those brand new 22 Road Glides that Brad was working on, that helped strip a front end off one, upgrading the front suspension. They both had the Baja Designs headlights in them. They are fucking crazy bright.
So we went and did the day that I wrecked actually in 2022. I think it was like December 2022, 21. It was 2021. Anyways, we met up with a couple other cats, and one of them had the Baja Design headlights. And so my brother was out in front, and it was like 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock in the morning, so it was still dark out. And so he's like, dude, you're going to have to get out in front, or you're going to have to get off to the side because I can't see where I'm going.
I'm impressed with. I mean, I have the Custom Dynamics Pro Beam Adaptive, and that thing is bright as shit.
Yeah, it's good to be seen, especially when you're solo. But when you're in a group, it's like, how do you?
Well, I mean, and the thing that I really like, which I want to do something soon, is what I like. You spend the money. I mean, a lot of people, hey, I want to do pipes. You know, the old saying, loud pipes save lives. But I think there's a thing to be said about upgrading your lights, not only for you as a rider, especially at nighttime, being able to see more, but the other side of that is people are going to see you.
Yeah.
Especially in the daytime. I mean, when you got some, lights that are extremely bright, people are going to notice that, and it's going to be a safety factor, not just for you, but for you also being seen by other people.
Yeah, no doubt, for sure. I'm a big advocate of that. I like being seen. And so like the back end of the bike doesn't get as much love as the front of the bike sometimes. I mean, Chase put some custom dynamic bike those infill lights between the saddlebags and the fender. Those
I can't filler lights, basically, I think is what they call them.
Those little filler panels. And dude, I was like, Jesus. I mean, I was like, I kind of want some now because they're so bright. I mean, you hit the brakes and, people are going to see it.
Well, it's like they had that, for the older ones, you can get the smart triple play because mine didn't come with LEDs or whatnot. So you have 9 different patterns of flash patterns that you can adjust. You can pick which one you want for your rear blinkers, brake lights. When you hit the brakes, they'll strobe in different patterns. You have 9 different choices. You can turn up the brightness. So you can really get people's attention across the back, even if you're just running, even if you're going, I have the low profile Custom Dynamics, the Pro Beam taillight and blinkers, but say you want to add the bag lights and, the filler lights, it all plugs into that smart triple play. So all of those are going to strobe, whichever pattern you want, and they will get your attention quickly because they are bright as shit.
I like the strobing effect whenever you hit the brakes. I think that's really smart.
Oh, I do too. It's a great safety factor. I mean, you start getting some of those LEDs that are just, I mean, I hate to say it, it's not trying to say it negatively, but obnoxiously bright, where they're going to get people's attention. And it's just that much more of a bit of a safety factor for that rider when you can also get the attention to the back of your bike when you're slowing down in those conditions.
Yeah. I mean, like I was saying earlier about traffic, I don't like being, I don't like being in traffic because I worry about being seen, especially with everybody being distracted by their phones and shit, so those obnoxious, strobing patterns or whatever. I don't care if the guy behind me's having a seizure because of my lights. I want him to know I'm there,
As long as he hits the brakes if he's having a seizure,
No doubt. No doubt. Night Doc Harley. I keep wanting to say Doc Holiday.
Yeah. Yeah, night Dr. Harley. But no, I mean, anything a guy can do to be more safe and be more seen with a lot of these products. And,
Custom Dynamics, dude, they're the go-to for lighting, man. They got it down.
And
then, of course,
I'm not trying to put down any of the companies, but I mean, there are other companies that make lights, but they also make a lot of other stuff. Whether, you want cup holders, you want phone mounts, you want this, you want that. Where the thing with Custom Dynamics is they make one product. They make lights. That's what they focus on. 100% lighting to keep riders as safe as they can with their lighting products. And, I believe, my personal opinion is they've made a very good name for themselves in the motorcycle industry. Probably one of the leading names when it comes to lighting and, their LED technology.
Yeah.
And that's what they focus on 100%.
I cannot believe how long it has taken Harley to come around to this LED world. Jesus.
Yep.
Come on, guys.
Yeah, get away from the Edison bulbs that were built fucking well over 100 years ago. Start doing something, get with the times.
But yeah, man, being the nerd, I really dig that infotainment center. I like that the gauges are in the boom center or in the boom infotainment center or whatever.
I like, they claim even with heavy gloves, you can still operate that touch screen. So,
yeah, that's all.
Well, whether that's works out or not, but I think that is a nice factor where you don't have to have, special gloves with the little shit on the one finger so you can operate if you want to change something. I'm sure there are plenty of controls in the hands, your hand controls in the, right or left or whatnot.
Here's a couple of things about gloves. I ride everywhere using gloves, right? In the wintertime, in the summertime, I'm always wearing gloves. So of course the summertime gloves are, they're a little bit easier. You can manipulate touchscreens and stuff like that.
My summertime gloves are half fingers.
In the wintertime though, if you're putting on any kind of gloves, anything substantial, I just don't see being effective on anything touchscreen. One, two, the other thing is this. I only use the boom center there, for gas, and then I'm able to get everything with the thumbsticks. You know what I mean? So, my brother's, of course he's different. He's always using it for navigation, but I don't know, man. I don't play around a lot with that. It's a distraction. I got lots of distractions. I got fucking 20 GoPros that I'm trying to operate, much less center. Shit. I ain't trying to mess around with that, dude. But I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's a good thing to say, but I've had bad luck with gloves in the winter, dude. Like I've either you get something that's super thick and it's like you're grabbing onto this is your grip on the handlebars, right? And then of course you can't operate the front brake and the clutch and all that shit. Or you get something thin that is, winterized or whatever, but they're not. It's just cold.
I had some great ones that were made for winter. They weren't super heavy. I mean, they were old. They were from the 80s. Actually, they were handed down from my dad. Sheepskin line. They were awesome until Hayden took them to go skiing one time on a rope tow and shredded them.
Damn it, Hayden.
I know. So I picked up, found another pair that Actually, a buddy of mine here in town, Dustin Clark, he'd bought a ultra limited. Yeah, ultra limited. And when the guy sold it to him, he gave him like all the gear. He's like, dude, here, I got 2 bike covers. Here's the helmets. I think it came like the guy gave him seriously 10 pairs of gloves and all kinds of stuff. And I was up there one day. He's like, hey, you need some gloves? I'm like, well, I have, a couple pairs. He's like, you don't understand. And opens a tour pack and starts pulling all these gloves. I'm like, Jesus. He's like,
Wow.
dude, there's like multiple pair of winter gloves, like fall gloves, heavy gloves, light gloves. He's like, here, take these ones, and gave me a really nice pair of winter ones, but they are really heavy. And it's like I said, when you're gripping the handlebars, like, your throttle, and it's like, Jesus, you got a lot of glove you're working with.
Yeah.
Where my old ones weren't quite that thick, but.
And then so like when you got them big gloves on, it's not just twisting and throttle. I mean, you gotta grab the front brake, you gotta grab the clutch, you gotta kind of maneuver around and do some shit. And it's kind of tough whenever you got these big sausage fingers. Oh, hey. I'm gonna need more ice, babe. Oh, hey, you're dripping all over the place.
If she's bringing you a drink, you better quit complaining.
I don't like your tone, Denver.
I'm just trying to help you out.
Babe, you're going to put some ice in there? I'm definitely not buffaloing that damn thing.
Hey, you're drinking that shit neat, okay? It's not on the rocks.
Yeah, apparently. Wild hogs, no tech, no navigation. Yeah, I can get with that.
It's got its points.
Well, definitely, right? And then so like I have the ability, right? I've got all that shit on my bike, but I don't know. My thing is just I keep my phone usually in my here lately. I keep it in my vest pocket since I'm running a vest now. Thanks, Charlie. I'll keep my phone in my vest, and then I'll have a place that I'm going if I'm riding solo. And then I get the turn by turn in my head, right? Depending on where I'm at and what I'm doing, I might put that endpoint in on the boom, just so like I have a visual. I'm trying to get away from having my phone on my handlebars because one, I don't like the look, and 2, I've shredded like 3 phones with rocks and shit that come up and bust out the cameras and stuff, and so. It's kind of nice to have a visual on the Boom infotainment center, even though Google and Boom don't necessarily always agree. But I don't know. I totally dig the let's just go where the wind takes you, and then also, well, like when I went to go see you, right? I was like, I'm going northwest. And so I didn't run navigation for, it was just like, I need to get to this state today. Oh, I didn't get to that state today. Oh, well, I'll get there tomorrow, And so that was a bitching trip for me because like the time that it took me to get to you. And then of course the time that we spent together, it was just like, everything was just so chill. Everything was just so, you know what I mean? I didn't rely a lot on technology or anything like that, but
that was so much fun.
Whenever you're doing something specific, like a 1K, and I'm like, okay, I got to hit these stops, and this is my route, and this is, I don't want to be pulling over, looking at a map. I don't want to be jacking with my phone. I don't want to be jacking with the boom. You know what I mean? So I kind of set all that stuff up ahead of time, and then I just kind of go. That route changes more often than not, but that tech is still there for me, though. I don't know. Anybody that can put down some miles without it, it's terrific. It's like I said, whenever I ride solo, when it's just me, the only time like a lot of times I don't even listen to music. I'll just if I'm going somewhere specific, I got that navigation plugged into my phone, and it's like, hey, coming up, you need to take a right. So that's nice. But yeah,
I don't see that for me. It's like music's one thing. It's like I'll hit my YouTube music, just hit like the super plays, the shit that it knows that I like, and hit play and just fucking cruise. Got the music in my helmet. I don't even use the radio in the bike anymore. I just I got my Alexa. I just use my helmet and I just go.
I don't use I haven't used the radio on my bike ever. My son is just the opposite. He's like, And I think that's because he's
Different
he doesn't ever
generation.
well, he doesn't ever charge his damn headset. He's just like, oh, So like the other day, actually, we went riding, and I was like, hey, turn your shit on. I want to talk to you. And then we get up to the stoplight, and he pulls his helmet up, and he's like, I don't even have a microphone. He's like, it's just for show. It's not charged. I don't have a microphone. What do you want? I was like, my hat's off to you. I appreciate that you can live your life that way, but
I'll tell you what, Hayden and I, when we went over there, we took the Lexan out of Amy's helmet and put it in Hayden's, and I think we probably talked more on that trip than we have in a long time. Just back and forth, BS on the bikes, and I can always tell when he'd, with the Lexan, like when the intercom is going to turn on, he hit the button and to turn off my music. I'm like, all right,
yeah, it's coming.
Bing, here he comes. And there's one time where he was like, I didn't have my intercom on for a while. I'm like, no, why? He's like, I wasn't sure if you could hear me singing to myself or not in my helmet. I'm like, no, if you can hear your music, it's not turned on. Oh, yeah. Good. But no, that was a lot of fun. I had so much fun riding with him.
Hell yeah, man! That's it's such a feeling that I lack the fortitude to be able to describe. I can't describe the feeling that I get when I ride with my son or when I ride with my brother.
Well, and I remember, when Hayden first got his bike, got his permit and whatnot, and went for a ride. I think you were the first person I called. It's like, and I remember calling you. It's like, I understand now how my dad felt, riding with me. It's like, because you're the first person I thought to call because, you enjoy riding with Chase and, riding with your son. And it's like, now I'm getting to experience riding with my son. It's an amazing feeling. And it's so much fun to share that passion.
It's whenever I was growing up, my brother and I, we didn't, I was our whole family's stubborn. Right. And then so, yeah, no shit, Mike. Right. we'll all be lost together. Fuck it. Whenever I was
very true.
Up, I just didn't, I was a know-it-all at the ripe old age of 17. And, my brother, my dad, we're all headstrong guys, in our family. And so like the beginning of my life, I don't know, it was kind of weird. It's kind of like trying to, I'm the youngest and I'm trying to, kind of like make my way or whatever you want to call it or whatever. Me and my brother, we didn't really get along, not at the level that we do now. Until after my dad died, and that was in 2006, and it's sad to say, but the good thing is that we're pretty damn close now. We can pick up the phone, we can talk to each other, we actually listen to each other's advice, and we definitely didn't have that before. But what's so cool is that the amount of hours that my brother and I have spent at gas stations just talking. Like, we got another 300 miles to jam out or whatever. And it's like, we stop at a gas station and just, we go get a Coke or a Gatorade or something like that. And then, you're sitting in the shade, on the patio or on the sidewalk or whatever. And it's just like, yeah, so what do you think about, insert subject here? It's just,
yeah,
we have probably spent more time talking at a gas station than we have in our actual lives. It's crazy. And that wouldn't be possible without a motorcycle, without us riding, what I mean?
A common bond.
Yeah, definitely. And it's not something that I think that can be described in great detail. It's just like, if you know what I mean? And then so like you said, whenever you and Hayden started riding, it was just like, something kind of clicked. That's pretty badass, man.
And it'll be fun to know. And Seth wants to, he has the aspiration. He wants to, get on the road soon too. And it'll be absolutely awesome, with both boys. And I can't wait for that day too. That's going to be just absolutely awesome.
Hell yeah. Yeah. That's, when I got my first motorcycle when I was 4, and, I've been riding pretty much ever since. But, my brother's 9 years older than me, and so whenever the three of us got to go riding, which was very rare, it was just like I was just such an adult. You know what I mean? 4 years old, 7 years old, whatever. I'm riding with my 16-year-old brother and my dad, and we're taking all these trails and riding our dirt bikes, and it was just like, oh man, it was such a great feeling. That was the only time I actually got to ride with my dad. Whenever we all got older, he didn't get he died he died in 2006, and I was just starting my business at that point, and we never really we never got to ride together, my dad and I. My brother did a little bit, but not much, and my dad was a very avid motorcyclist. You know what I mean? He never owned a Harley, and he used to talk mad shit about people that did. But of course, back then too, there was a little bit there
Animosity.
now. Yeah. So, but I don't know, man. It's of course, it's a little bittersweet in my life. It would have been nice to be able to share that with my dad, but I'm tickled to death that I get to share it with my brother, and I'm ecstatic that I get to share it with my son and my nephew. They're both really close to the same age. So, yeah, man, it's incredible. It really is.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm looking forward to more long distance. So what I was going to say was, that trip that I went up to go see you guys, one of the most liberating things about that, and what's funny is like, I feel like I experienced that first, and then my son experienced that, and then my brother kind of experienced what I'm about to tell you. And that is, in 4, 5, 6, whatever, how many days it was, it doesn't matter. But in X amount of days, I have to be here. I can bust ass and get there in, 30 hours. You know what I mean? If I just had to, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, you could do it in 2 days.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I got to get we're going to meet in Butte, Montana. That's where we're going to meet. But I got a week to get there. And it's like, let's just see what happens,
Well, and I've made that point.
Go in this direction, and we'll just see what happens. And that's an incredible feeling. That's an incredibly liberating feeling.
And I've mentioned that before with people. It's like, cool, you want to go for a ride, say you got X amount of days, and you could go a place that, like we're saying, is, a person could get there in 2 days easily. But say you give yourself 5 or 6 days, okay, in 5 days, I'm going to be here. Where's the road going to take me? How am I going to get there? I don't know, but you know what? I'm just going to enjoy the ride and go see some places. And, I'm leaving Monday. Friday, I'm going to be here. Don't know how I'm going to get there, but that's okay. I'm going to just enjoy the road and just follow it.
Well, because I don't know if you want to call it this, but the silver lining is it's like, it doesn't matter where you end up on Thursday. You can get to where you need to get to on Friday in a day, right? So like, whether you spend all week getting to this destination, or if you spend all week fucking around and doing whatever the hell, and it's like, oh shit, I got to bust out a bunch of miles to get to here. It doesn't matter. It's just like, you kind of go where, the wind takes you, so to speak. And it's incredible. It's incredible to be able to travel this country with no like route plan, maybe a destination in mind, but it's an incredible feeling,
Or you get the destination in mind, and I think the ultimate adventure is getting there, but try to keep yourself off the super slabs and enjoy the ride and enjoy backcountry America with places you might not visit, because in most cases, most people want to travel. They want to go A to B and get there. Cool, I got to be here. Well, I want to get there as quick as I can.
Yeah. Well, and that was ingrained into us too,
Yeah, spend the extra time, like what you're saying. Okay, cool. I got 5 days. I want to be here. Go find places that you never would have explored or seen. Go see America and the places that you don't think you're never going to see, because in today's society, they want to get where they're going as quick as they can. Well, why not travel and see America and see those places that you have no idea that are there, because people don't want to slow down to take the time to go there.
I 100% agree. Let me play devil's advocate, though. If you're in a car, do you feel the same? Because
for Amy and I, we enjoy taking the 2 lanes. And I mean, the interstates can be frustrating as shit dealing with traffic, and I'd rather take side highways and whatnot. And it might take a little bit longer, but it's a lot funner place, a lot funner adventure.
I can't get there in my head. If I'm in a vehicle, I have to get from A to B as soon as possible. I'm a horrible road tripper in a cage. You know what I mean? And some of that probably comes from my younger years. When I worked on the road for a little while with my dad, and it was like, you got to get from A to B. It's like, hey, the first thing that's always said is, you made really good time, or wow, you really made shit time. So I mean, that's just something that it's like, oh, okay, I got to get from A to B. I got to go as fast as I can. We didn't take any rest breaks. We only stopped for gas. You know what I mean? So that's been something that I really had to unlearn. Whenever I'm riding my bike, and so I can't get there in my head. I just can't get there with a cage. So whenever we go to the coast, or we go, wherever from A to B, I don't enjoy it nowhere near like I do whenever I can actually let go when I'm on my bike.
I can too, but I think the biggest thing that I'm trying to work on more when riding is, the old saying, slow down and smell the roses. Yeah. It's not just, I mean, even if I'm taking the back highways, like I just want to ride, I'd stop, fuel, get on the road, go, is trying to get myself to slow, in the sense, slow down a little more, because there's so many places
take the picture, man. You got to take the
exactly. Picture. Yeah. And I'm horrible about that. And that's something that I'm, trying to work more myself, is to do that, because there's so many, rides somewhere. Oh man, you got to see this place. And somebody, oh really? What's it look? Well, I don't know. I didn't fucking slow down really tell you, but it's pretty cool if you go by it at 60 miles an hour or 70 or whatever. It's like, I'm really trying myself I need to get myself to slow down and try to take in more, to also, get those pictures or whatnot, just to help have those memories, because I'm horrible about that. And I admit it.
Yes. No,
I just want to ride and go.
And I feel like most guys are, most guys are just, they're practical. They're A to B. We'll get there and have fun. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you forget that the journey is the fun too. It's like,
yeah. Oh no, don't worry. We're going to be there in like 4 hours, and we'll have a beer, drink then, and we can get off then. And yeah, that's something I really need to get myself to do more of, because I'm horrible about it.
I don't know what the hell, like I said, part of it's ingrained in me, but it's like, you can get from A to B and be proud that you didn't make good time. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
dude.
You just got to get that in your head.
10 days to go 1,000 miles. Hell yeah, it was freaking awesome.
Yeah, when you put in Google Maps 8 hours to get there, shit, challenge accepted. I'll do 6.5.
I do that shit all the time, dude.
Yep.
Like, you don't know what you're talking about, Google. Watch me go.
Yeah.
And then I miss all
this shit. Hold my coffee.
Yeah, my coffee. But yeah, you miss all the good shit whenever you're beating Google.
More time at the Bucky stop. We don't have those up here.
Oh, you're missing out, man. I'm sorry about you. They have the best.
I've seen the pictures.
Tacos. Their food is killer, man.
Man, I've heard there's gas stations down in Texas that just have the most amazing barbecue, and you would never expect it would be there.
Yeah. So like my brother's big thing is like, we got to stop at a Buc-ee's whenever we're starting a road trip, because there's in any direction, whenever we're leaving our meeting spot, we'll meet at a Love's and go to a Buc-ee's and get our gas. So no, it's pretty funny though. Yeah, they got good food and decent gas.
And that's what's important. And what from the picture you see, they got like 90 fucking pumps.
Oh, they got more than that, dude. It seems like, Jesus. So my brother said, he goes, man, who would have thought this awesome business model that they got going on here? Clean bathrooms and plenty of open pumps. Who would have thunk it? You know what I mean? For a successful truck stop.
And no commercial trucks allowed.
Huh? No, they got commercial stops. They got commercial lanes.
Yeah, some of them don't. I've seen videos. At least the videos I've seen,
Some of them don't, yeah.
Yeah.
The big ones, though, the big ones on the potty and beef jerky, yeah, baby. But yeah, the bigger ones, though, they got they got spots for the 18-wheelers. So what's funny is like we always tag gas stations whenever we stop there. We always put up our stickers and stuff. So I try to I try to remember where like whenever we go to a Buc-ee's, I try to remember the gas pump, and I'm like, fuck, is it this row? Is it that row? I know it was before the center of the store. I think it was a few rows before that. I mean, it's like Walmart checkout, dude. They got freaking aisles for days, man. I'm like, one day I came up on my sticker, I was like, that's a freaking that's a feat in itself, man. Just being able
I
to
did that coming back from when we left Rapid City last summer. We stopped in Gillette to fuel at the same place where we met Springer, Mike, and Nick, and I ended up pulling into the same gas pump that I used coming that way. I was like, fuck, I got to put a sticker to look up. Shit, I'm using the same damn pump.
Isn't it funny how when you go get gas, like your mind is just you're programmed to look for a certain pump? I don't know if you're like that, but I'm like that. So like whenever, and I'm not talking Buc-ee's, I'm talking like, something way smaller. It's like, they've got one row of maybe, 4 pumps or 5 pumps. I'm just like, in my head, subconsciously, I feel like I gravitate to a pump that is not in direct line of the entrance to the gas station, so like nobody's going to fly up on me and accidentally hit me. And, I just, in my mind, I just got this weird spot that I go to, and it's pretty consistent. I don't know. I'm a weirdo.
Oh yeah. It's just, it's one of those things. You get, your what's in your comfort zone, I guess you could say.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So, Jesus Christ, 3.5 hours.
That's a new record, huh?
I think it is. I think we pretty much, hang around for a minute. But I think we brought this one to about where it's going to be. For those that are still here hanging out, hey, thanks for hanging out. What really took a fucking squirrel side trip, ADD, back road, left turn, and oh yeah, well, we covered all kinds of shit tonight. But no, man, thanks for tuning in on just kind of a random idea that we wanted to talk CVOs, and we went everywhere with this one. But man, it's a lot of fun, and it's what we all do. We enjoy riding, we enjoy bikes, and it's that great camaraderie we all have. So thanks everybody for tuning in. To Bri, thank you. DDK, thanks for coming on, hanging out. Jason, Sensor Pendants.
Thank you.
Thank you. That's right. And hey, remember you can check out sensorpendants.com, Sensor Pendants on Facebook. You got the V-Twin Life on Facebook. If you guys want to donate some, your daily coffee for one day to one of our charities for Mile Monsters, every dollar helps. We can help get closer to that goal to get Drew his van. If not, hey, even share our posts. We get the word out there. We spread more awareness for the disease, and that too is a great help, and anything and everything. So, hey, thanks everybody for tuning in. Ride safe, have fun. We will catch you on the open road tomorrow night. The V-Twin Life, we got milepost 104 with Connor FXDB out of Texas. He was on a few times, early times, way before it came to YouTube, but I don't know. I think he's on version 5.0 with Ron Burgundy, his FX. So, hey, tune in, and that's going to be a lot of fun. Connor is a fucking hoot, guy that gets cracked out on caffeine, and he's a coffee junkie, but man, he's an awesome guy. So, hey, we'll see you guys tomorrow night. Later, guys. Have fun.